Good little crowd in here already.
Hey, everybody out there? Anybody there? All right, so we are live, gentlemen. This
Good
is
morning, good evening.
Monday Night
Hola.
Metals with LBS and Vegas Stacker and myself. We got Fish in here tonight, and we also got West Texas Stacker. Welcome, gentlemen.
What up, boys?
Hey.
How we doing?
Welcome.
What's happening?
Good to be here.
So, LBS, you want to shout out the chat?
I just got my notification, so I hope everybody else did. Yeah, let's see here. Chat.
Yeah, we got a pretty good chat going. We got 11 people in the room.
All right, I'm going to start at the top. We got StreamYard. Pure Metals. Dang, I'm sitting over here itching, waiting for it to start. Well, we're here, Pure Metals, and I'm glad you are too. We're all glad you're here. We have Death from Below in the house, the man himself, Bottom Gun Bob. Good evening, Mr. Bob Wojciechowski. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, well, they're up there on the screen, the panel, and also down in the chat feed. Bean Becky, hello, Bean Becky. Good to see you. So glad you're here. I like to call her my challenge girl because she's all after it. Kevin Hawthorne, all the way from Florida, another Floridian. Right on. Good to see you, Kevin. Philip B., I've never seen you before, but welcome to the show. This is Monday Night Metals, and we're super glad you're here. We got Vegas Stacker up on the panel. He's also out in the chat. And hey, Zeus, what's up? Good to see you, Zeus. This guy's a brand new creator, so if you guys don't know, Zeus is actually putting out content. Go check it out, man. It's cool. And I think that's it. Oh, wait, no. We have Great Lakes Joe. Some people are just rolling in real quick here. Great Lakes Joe is here as well. Glad to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Brad Ya'e. Good evening to you, my friend. And then back to Pure Metals chatting again. Right on. Good to see you guys.
All right, sounds good, man. It's pretty good. We got 13 people in here so far. Not too bad. Not too bad. So we got two distinguished guests tonight. We have Fish. How you doing, Fish?
I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's yeah, man, this is awesome.
And then we got West Texas Stacker, Mr. Raw Steak himself.
Yeah, I don't know how distinguished I am. I'm just a old roughneck out here in the oil patch.
Oh yeah, man. So yeah, I gotta say though, you put out two of the most intense videos in 1 week that I've ever seen. All right, you sat there and you ate a raw steak.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
Okay, and then the next video, you had me crying in my car as I was driving.
Yeah,
talking about your dad.
Kind of all over the place.
You pulled a lot of memories out of me. Unreal, man.
It's the raw steak video, but I saw the other one. The other one was nice. That was a good little tribute. Good little opening up to the people and showing a side of you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was a really good video.
I missed the sensitive one, but I did catch the raw steak. That was awesome.
Yeah, that second one, you got to check it out. It's definitely a good one.
I definitely will. That I tell you, but that steak, man, like I like it raw, but at least like a little sear on either side. I mean, that thing was like you went to the grocery store, you pulled it off the shelf, and you just started eating it.
Now,
I never seen that.
Did you let it come up to room temperature?
I let it sit for. I put a little bit of salt and pepper on it and let it sit for a while till it at least hit room temperature. It was Wagyu beef. You know, it's a pretty top cut and.
Yeah, I like the Wagyu. I just never seen it eaten like that. I normally at least put a sear on it, but I'm going to have to try it. My daughter's always getting Wagyu, so I'll hit her up and say, hey, send me some raw Wagyu so I can do it West Texas style.
Yeah, man. And is it true that fat basically melts at room temperature?
It definitely just dissolved right as soon as you would take a bite. There was, you'd have to chew a little bit, but it was just real tender, real soft, and the fats you could just feel them melt.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I'm not I'm a big steak guy, but I've never tried raw meat, to be honest. No, never tried that.
It's like
steak tartare is really good. They grind up like a filet mignon or New York, something like that, and they put a bunch of like capers and dry mustard and vinegar and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, steak tartare is delicious, and it's just raw meat. You spread it on toast. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's true. And I've had beef carpaccio too. So I guess that's
Oh, carpaccio. Yeah, that's just like that's like a super shaved filet mignon, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. Yeah.
So there you go.
So I guess I am a carnivore.
West Texas, you just picked up another sub from Chris in Virginia.
Oh, thank you, Chris in Virginia. I appreciate that.
Nice.
We
We just had Wagyu for lunch. We did a Korean barbecue where they have Wagyu all you can eat Korean barbecue.
Oh wow.
All you can eat Wagyu?
Yeah, it's pretty
That
good.
sounds good.
That's got to be expensive.
That
It's
sounds
not
good.
cheap. It's let's see, what would that be?
It's not cheap.
About 3 ounces a person.
Hmm.
3 ounces of silver each.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
No.
you gotta live.
Yeah. No, I hear you. There's a all you can eat sushi joint that my daughter takes us, my younger one takes us to, and they you think like, oh, I'm going to take them to that cleaners, but they're smart with the way they do it, and you probably get about your same if you were to go to a restaurant just order sushi.
I
Like
mean,
price per.
Sushi, I can't eat that much of sushi. There's so much rice and everything else. It's hard to get your money's worth for me.
yeah,
I can
anytime I
have
go
some
to those all you can
sushi.
eat, I'm always like, yeah, I'm not going to eat breakfast and lunch. And I'm going to go. I can't even eat that much anyway anymore. I'm getting too old.
When my family goes, the boats. They brought
Yeah.
out 3 boats last time we were there. There were 6 of us.
Oh wow.
We had. I walked out of there. It was like I think 11, like $1,150.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. We housed some sushi.
For 6 people, that's not bad though.
Yeah.
Well, for
I can
sushi,
honestly say, being here in West Texas, I stay away from sushi and oysters.
maybe.
It's
Yeah.
not
Why?
going to
Don't
be
they have good
fresh.
oysters in Texas?
Oh, I like oysters. Mm.
Yeah,
A
here there's just
little bit of Tabasco and some lemon juice. Let them slide on down, man.
Those are good
there's
too.
no freshness here when it comes to seafood.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, that you're smart there, West Tech. Like like you go to the middle of the country and then you get seafood. It's like what? No.
Well,
Yeah,
we've
but you
got some
probably.
a few people that have come in since we last called out. We've got Bellows Forge here. Good to see you, Bellows. Right on, man. Glad you're here. The new one's at 49's fine. Hello, good to see you, good sir. Mandy's Candy. There's another lady in the house. Excellent. And 7 stacks. All right. We've got, I think, 3 ladies in the house. That's great. Good to see you, 7. Hope you're enjoying your rabbit. And Chris in Virginia. Yep. Vegas shouted him out as well. He just subscribed to West Texas. That's awesome. And I think that's everyone else who's come in. Right on.
Yeah, we got it looks like 19 people as far as I can see. I'm looking at it on my laptop, so
Wow.
can't really. I'm kind of like left and right here. Can't really keep up.
Good little
I'm
crowd
probably
in
gonna
there
have
already.
to.
That's good.
I'm probably gonna have to jump out for a little bit. I gotta go change a light bulb, and I got a box here. I got to show this to you guys. Kind of cool, man. I'm changing out like paver driveway lights, and it says there's 6-pack, right? I'm like, well, cool. I need some bright lights for the driveway, but there's a couple extra in here, man. Check this out. They got those, right? And then check these guys out. We got
Nice.
Texas Stacker, and we got fish. These are some pretty bright bulbs in this box, man. What do you guys think?
That's pretty good.
One of them looks kind of dim.
I got a shadow on here. Yeah. Whatever.
That's funny. So you're gonna step out for a couple of minutes, you said?
Yeah, I gotta go change a couple. I gotta see if they'll work. If these things are what I need. Yeah. It's hard to find things that are like 20 years old and replace them, so we might have to change the whole darn thing out. But yeah, just these little guys here. It's like a paver light, it shines straight up. You can see, like, when you're driving, you don't drive over the bushes and all that kind of stuff and walking down the pass. But yeah, anyways, I just thought, there would be some bright bulbs in this box, and boy, I made out like a bandit. Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Hey, Fish, I'd just
Yo,
like to
yo.
say, man, that I really do appreciate your going over the chapters in the good book. That's a real solid thing to do for the community, even though, there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't think too highly of it in today's day and age. But man, that's solid, dude. It's really, I mean, it could lift up brighten my day,
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I like to dive into the word. I get just as much out of it as anyone listening, I'm sure does, maybe more probably, because I understand what the heck I'm thinking. Sometimes I don't always explain it so well, but yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's been real positive reception overall. You get a few little people here or there, but no, it's it's really the thing that is most important to me lately. It's just, when I'm making videos, it's it's time well spent for me. Not that other stuff isn't, it's not like that. It's just that it's, for me, it just comes down to it's really time well spent.
Yeah, no, I've watched a couple of your videos. I don't catch all of them, but yeah, it takes a lot to get up there in front, like you're saying, and put yourself out there like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people of faith in the community, and sometimes people just need encouragement, like to know they're not alone. I haven't been around that long, but I've been around since maybe 2018, so people know me. And when someone just kind of speaks up and is bold, it can encourage other people, because certainly me preaching and sharing my faith is because of other people that poured into me and that witnessed to me. You know what I mean? So I just try and spread it and push it on down the line, and be a part of the community in whatever way I can.
Have you always been a man of faith, or is it something new in your life?
So I won't get into the whole thing, but I will say there's a video that's called My Testimony on my channel. So it's still up. Anyone's welcome to go watch that. It gives the whole testimony of when I came to faith. But the cliff notes are, I grew up in the church. I didn't understand, I really just didn't understand God's love. I didn't understand grace and forgiveness. I thought I had to earn something. I got baptized multiple times, and it wasn't until I kind of train wrecked my life in 2014 that I finally met the Lord for the first time, and then I've been walking with him ever since. So I'd say I've been saved for like the past 11 years. Yeah,
So when did you start stacking?
2003.
Really? That's awesome.
Damn.
So you must have a pile. That's pretty cool. That's cool.
I mean, I've gone through some of it, like since 2003, I've been in and out of, bought 3 different houses. I don't still own them, like from one house to the next, you know what I mean? Paid for some cars, paid for a couple weddings, paid for a couple funerals. I mean, my stacks has served its purpose for sure. I'd love to say that I have every piece of metal that I've ever bought, but that it would be categorically false. But yeah, I still have a nice stack, and I'm still stacking today, and it's just a great, it's hard to beat stacking, man. I think when your stack is to a certain size, you should probably focus on some other areas, but I don't think I'll ever stop just slowly accumulating, even, with maybe goals reached or whatever. It's just such a fun hobby.
I would
See,
take
that's
the
a
word.
good thing, though. I mean, when you started stacking, and like you said, it served its purpose. It helped you buy a house or pay for a funeral or pay for a wedding, and that's why I treat my stack. It's like it's a savings account, and it's not that I'm never ever gonna spend it or ever gonna sell it, but it's there if you need it, and
Yeah.
that's why I started stacking in the first place, was to treat it like a savings account. I know everybody says it's not an investment and it's a hedge, but to me it's an investment because it's still something I'm putting my time and money into that hopefully will return more value in the end.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think it's a lot of different things. It can be just straight up liquid savings. It can be I mean, anyone who started stacking back when I did in 2003 and has never sold an ounce is sitting on gold they bought at $300 an ounce and it's at $2,800 an ounce, right? So it can be certainly capital appreciation. I mean, it can be a lot of things. For me, it was kind of like I had to get my finances in order. And while I started in 2003, I probably didn't start going heavily until I kind of started getting my overall, my whole life in order, both spiritually, physically, everything. And it was really served as the foundation to get my finances in order for sure. And it was, I think it's a great, especially if you're someone, I mean, I had trouble. I was just a compulsive spender. It didn't matter how much money I made, I would spend it all, So then once I started spending it in the direction of metals, that really changed everything. And it didn't change my perspective, and then opened me up to other avenues, other investments and things. And so, yeah.
Yeah, it seems that's a lot of people's story. I was never the greatest saver. I've never saved so much money since I started stacking. It's like all of a sudden now I got an accumulation that I never could do before that. I always found an excuse, like you said. I always found something to spend it on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been really good like that for me. Hopefully I won't have to spend it anytime soon, but my oldest son is getting married in a little less than a year now. So, we might have to spend a little there, and kids are graduating college and all kinds of good stuff. So,
yeah. Well, you're in the thick
life
of it,
is
man.
happening around us, right?
Yeah, no, that's the thick of it right there. I'm lucky. I've come out the other end, so to speak. Like both my daughters are 24 and 31, or no, wait, 33. No, 31. I'm sorry. 24 and 31, and they're both married and out of the house, and college is all paid for, weddings are all paid for. But man, it was a tornado for like 10 years there of just college and weddings and moving and everything. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, I hope so. I mean, it seems like you're a lot younger than me. And if you're already through it, man, you're doing great.
Well, when you're 16, you know what I'm saying? So my wife and I have been married 33 years, I think.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So you start when you're young, and that's, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Start
one of
young
the
and get it out
videos.
of the way.
Actually, I saw your video the other day with Pirate. You guys were having lunch. And I guess that's not too descriptive because you do that every week. But
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. No,
the
he's a
one where you
great guy
said,
to have.
you want to be fit by 50. And
Yeah. I get that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're 10 years younger than me. And you definitely fit in the way of stacking, because I saw your 2024 stack video. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's, everyone's at different places. Like I like to go back. I don't know if you guys ever go back and watch like the old dudes, like Shadow Stacks or was it D-Dubs? I forgot. He does not even around anymore. Man, those dudes, there was guys and they would lay out 200, 300 ounces of gold, 6,000, 8,000 ounces of silver. And all those videos are still up. I love to go back and watch those. It reminds me that no matter how big you think your stack is, there's always someone with a bigger stack. And if you think your stack isn't very big, there's dudes with smaller stacks that are looking up to you, so it's.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I saw a guy today, and I've never, I don't know if you guys subscribe to him. Silverback Stacker, I think he is.
I've seen a little bit of his stuff. It's come across more and more lately for some reason on my
I
feed.
posted up his video. He answered the 2-ounce challenge. It took him literally about 34 minutes to show us all his 2-ounce, and he was speeding through the middle. He's like, "Oh, this one." He had to show 150, 200 pieces of 2-ounce. I was like, "Man, look at this guy." So yeah, like you said, no matter how big you think you are, there's always somebody bigger.
My favorite channel, his video quality was horrible, but Shadow Stacks, that dude, he was some British guy. And the funny thing about him was when I first started watching his videos, it was like I was like 3 years behind, right? So I just started from the very beginning. And this guy's showing like, here's my base stack. It's like 6,000 ounces. He's like, this is my base, and he's showing all this stuff. And I couldn't get enough of it. And I watched that thing like just slowly, like video after video. I didn't binge it every day or nothing. I finally got to like 5 years later, and the dude's like, screw silver. I ain't stacking silver. I'm stacking gold. And I'm like, I've been stacking silver like a madman watching this guy super motivated. I finally get current, and he's like, the heck with silver. I'm like, what the heck? So
Right.
it was kind of funny, you know. The guy that's been motivating me the whole time is like, turns out he's like, you know, done with it.
Well, yeah,
But I was just several years behind, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah,
West
I
Texas
mean,
stacker. How about you? What how long you been stacking, if you don't mind sharing?
Oh, actually, I haven't really been stacking that long. I started sometime in, I think it was around the end of July of 2023.
oh, okay, so that's longer than me. I
Okay.
started October of 2023.
Yeah. I should have started 3 years before that, but I really wasn't being receptive to what Mrs. West Texas was telling me about silver. She actually wanted me to get started on it, you know, way before I did. But I was kind of stubborn about it, and I kind of regret it, and I kind of don't. Um, but you know, you can't go back on it now, and I've started, and man, from that first 1 ounce buffalo that I went and bought till now, I try to get something every week. Sometimes it's a little more than other weeks, and sometimes it's not. But you know, if y'all saw, I got that kilo bar
Yeah, yeah.
Saturday.
Saw that. That piece is awesome.
But
Oh, it is. I think it's sick. Beautiful bar.
yeah, it's actually probably the second or third time I've seen it at the LCS here in Odessa. Um, it's just a rotating door of silver and gold in that at that LCS, and I saw it come back in, and it stayed there for a little while, and I was like, I'm gonna pick it up. Um, I got pretty good deal on it, you know, a little above spot, but not a whole lot. Um, on to
Yeah,
what
that's,
Fish was talking about. Um, how do we know when our stack is big enough? You
that's a
know,
great, great question.
I've you know, the wife asked me that question the other day, like, when's enough going to be enough? And I'm like, maybe never. I don't know. Um,
Well, I'm at a crossroads right now because I'm like, all right, now how am I storing all this shit, right? It's like I'm at a point right now where I got 2 boxes of stuff that I don't know where to put it. Not that I don't have room to put it in the safe, that's not the question. But I want to be able to access it. I want to be able to say, oh, where's that piece? And know where it is. And I'm at that crossroads right now where I really don't know what to do.
yeah, that's it.
Well,
I
oh,
hope to
that's
be in it.
nice.
There it is. There's that bar. I hope to
That's
be in
really nice.
that
The old
process
Silver
someday.
Town. Yeah.
Yeah,
The old Rivertown.
Kilo
And
bars are funny because they're both massive yet small at the same time. You know,
yeah,
like you pick it up, they're so heavy. But the first time I felt a kilo, I was like, I had no idea. I'm like, wow, this is a lot smaller than I thought. And at the same time, I'm like, this is way heavier than I realized.
yeah, no,
no,
I love
definitely, it's
kilo
definitely
bars. I don't have anything like that,
They're
but
cool.
kilo bars are awesome. I got just three generic kilo bars in my stack. That's it.
I don't have any. I'm just see. I'm the pup in this little generation. I guess I've only been stacking just over a year now, and I don't have a kilo bar. So I guess I'm just a little behind everybody, but that's okay.
Yeah, I like the kilo bars. I like the way they feel. They're heavy, like you said, and it's not too big. It's like I was surprised actually how small it was when I opened it up. The first one I ever bought, I was surprised how small it was. I couldn't believe it actually. And then
Yeah.
to feel the weight of it in your hand, and it's so concentrated. It's pretty awesome.
Those pictures online, you know, they make everything look massive till you get one in your hand and you're like, wait a second. You go,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
you go to an LCS and then you actually feel the bars and look at them and be like, oh, a 1 ounce bar is actually very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve.
on blue collar on that, on the, your conundrum there, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What I do is you get to a point and then you throw it in an ammo can and it just goes away and then you start over. And so it's almost like you just have little like projects like, oh, I'm going to fill this can or I'm going to fill this monster box, like you don't have to fill it with tubes of silver. You could just throw whatever in it. You know what I mean? But have something to where like that's your silver that's maybe not totally put away. You know what I'm saying? And then you have your deep stack that you fill that up, you put it away, and then you go after new stuff, because you can't have everything out. It's got to be put away.
Well,
And,
yeah, no,
and so you just have to start on a new project. You say, okay, I'm going to focus on this or whatever, and then you just, and then you almost always feel like you're just getting started until you open up the safe and then see what you got. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot I have all that,
Yeah, well, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like opening stuff up and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember, when did I buy that? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I keep a pretty good meticulous list of everything I got, when I bought it, what I paid for it. But now I'm thinking like maybe should I include keywords in there so I could just search for, everything that has, Aztec, Aztec theme, or, I don't know. I'm not sure how I can organize it and make it work, but it's starting to worry me now because I don't want to get to a point where I got so much stuff that it doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Because everything I have right now, I buy it because it means something. Like everything on the table right now, this is all my Golden State Mint stuff.
So
And I
you're more
happen
in a
to love the
collector
Golden
phase than a
State Mint.
stacker phase. You're more in a collector phase than a stacker phase, though.
Well, you know what it is? I think the higher spot prices put me there. Because when the spot prices were low, I was adding kilo bars, weight, tubes of Eagles, tubes of Buffaloes. Now I don't think like I'm afraid to do that, So I'll buy one-off stuff that, like this piece, I picked this up for, I don't even know what I paid for. I think I paid $62 for it. It was like 50 cents over spot. So it's a 2-ounce Aztec Golden State Mint. Bought it the
What's
other day.
crazy is that 2-ounce Aztec. Look how small this is. This is a 2-ounce. How the heck is that a 2-ounce and this a 2-ounce?
Wait, let me get you up on the screen here.
I like it. I like that bar though. That's
It's Prospector's Golden Gems or Prospector's
Yeah.
Golden Gems. But I mean, just like the size, right? Like it looks so small, and that what you just showed was like that big.
Right. It looks huge, right?
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
But it's 47 millimeters. You know the Golden State Mint. You know what they
Yeah,
do.
yeah. It's funny how, the same thing, right? Because this is a 2-ounce and this is a 2-ounce.
Yep.
right.
So,
If you figure out the volume of those two pieces, they're exactly the same.
Somehow it's the same, but I've never understood that. Okay, so the screwiest one, hold on. And then this is the screwiest one. This is a 1-ounce. And this is a 1-ounce.
Yeah.
That I don't understand how an Eagle and this little 1-ounce bar, I look at it, you weigh it, it matches, but that makes no sense to me. I'm just like, what the?
It's
the Eagle looks like a 1-ounce. I get it. But then this little thing, how is that a 1-ounce? If that Eagle's a 1-ounce.
Just gets rolled out different.
But they are.
Hey, I wonder if there's any questions out there in the chat. Have you been
nobody really. Nobody
So Vegas, I got a question for you. What got you into stacking?
my brother got me into stacking. He started I think in like October or November, and then I got into it in January. So he started and he started sending me videos and YouTube stuff, and it just piqued my interest. So I was getting out of like one little side hustle. So I had some extra cash.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, man. Now
No,
it's
good.
my 9 o'clock cutoff here, man. I'm heading to the gym with the wife. I'm gonna try and hop back on if you guys are still around at 10 when I'm doing cardio, but I can't guarantee it.
Okay,
All right,
thanks
yeah.
for stopping in, Fish. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I really
Appreciate you
appreciate you
coming in.
having me on. I'll try and come on some other time when I got a little more time. But Libs, I appreciate you inviting me on and getting me on here, man. And I'll try and give you guys some more time next time. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate just the time and getting to know all you guys.
All right, sounds
Thanks for
good,
coming,
Fish. We
Fish. I
appreciate you
appreciate
coming
it,
in.
man.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Fish.
your
It was nice
workout.
talking to you, man.
All right, later, guys.
Take care. Be safe.
Later, brother.
Thank you.
So I was getting out of like one little side hustle and I had some spare cash and I just started looking into it more and then I just jumped head first. And as you guys know, it's very addicting. So I've been addicted ever since. Not that I've been a dick ever since. I've been addicted ever since.
You always were.
Always been a dick. Silver's got nothing to do with that. So
You,
that's my reason for getting into it, you know. And I don't regret it. Like I buy pieces here and there, or I'll buy a bar, or I'll buy a tube or whatever, and then within a year, I didn't even realize how much I ended up
Go get 'em.
stacking up. And it's just like you guys said, it's one of those things where I mean, I was a compulsive spender. In Vegas, it's not hard to be a compulsive spender. I mean, I go pick up food from a bar because they're 24 hours and $100 goes in the machine like nothing. So it's been a good way to save money, and I'm glad my brother got me into it.
yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's the biggest thing for me too. It's been like a way to save money, and you know, I got in my video for the fun show, which I didn't put out yet because I'm lazy, but you'll see there's one little section in there where I take my change from my cup of coffee every day and I saved it for a year, and then what I did with that change, you know, like I earmarked it for the show. So that was
Yeah.
that, you know, it just got me into like basically it's just got me into savings mode is what all I can say. Believe me, I still spend money too, but this has just focused me on savings. That's the way I look at it.
So West
yeah, that's
Texas,
definitely been
what was your wife's ambition to getting you into it?
just she'd actually been listening to some pumper channels, some silver pumping channels on YouTube, and some of these other guys that she was listening to. They were telling her just buy silver, and I was, man, I mean, I was kind of pretty stubborn about it at first, and I went and watched uh, Silver Dragons videos, you know, and I thought, okay, well, maybe there's something to this, and I went and bought my first ounce. I found the place here in Odessa to buy it. Up until then, I didn't know that you could go to a coin shop and just buy an ounce of silver or gold, And
Right.
I walked in, I looked, I asked them if I could look at their silver 1 ounce silver rounds, and I picked one out of the generic bin and didn't even say anything else after that. I paid for it and walked out. Um, Now it's a little different, you know. I help out a lot in there, um,
Nice.
so it's definitely when it's kind of cliche to say, when people say build a relationship with your LCS, there is a lot of truth, you know, in that. Uh, I don't know if everybody else has a good relationship or a relationship with their LCS, but the LCS owner, but recommend it, man. I mean, if it's lunchtime and you're cruising by, get them some, get some burritos or something, and drop them off some food. I mean, it'll it'll work it'll work wonders collecting silver and stacking silver. To have somebody that owns or works at the coin shop, that you're friends with.
Yeah, that's it's man, I don't you guys are real fortunate because I haven't been able to do that. I don't know if it's the coin shops out here or what, but it's like try and talk to them for a little bit, and it's like you're bothering them. But the places out here, they have employees that run it, and they just mainly sit in the back, and they really don't give a shit about anything. So yeah, I don't know. It seems different with other coin shops that I've seen outside of this area.
Well, I got a great coin shop here. OJ, you've seen him on my channel, I'm sure. If you do watch his videos, and he's a great guy, man. He's just become a friend, and I see him probably 3-4 times a week. Like you said, stop in there, just say hello. Don't always go in there to buy something, but I try to. If I go in there and waste 10 minutes of his time, I'll pick up an ounce, just to say hello and add a little bit more to the stack. Why not, right? Guy
Yeah,
treats me
why
like
not?
gold, though. He treats me great. And I understand what you're saying about building that relationship. It's true.
I wish I could, man. I so wish I could. But like I said, out here, it's just seems they're different out here.
Yeah, I
We
experienced that when I was out there shopping, like at first. But after a couple of times, like after talking to the guys at Archangel, I got a better feeling for those guys. Got a great feeling for Las Vegas Coin. Those guys were very helpful, very friendly right from the jump. So the other two guys, maybe not so much.
Yeah, see, that's one of those things. It's those are employees working at Las Vegas Coin. The owner's in the back. I talked to him a little bit, and it's just like I was bugging him. I'm just like, well, whatever, dude. Thanks for your time, and sorry I bothered you. Um, just that was it. It's like I was bugging him, and he had somewhere to be, which I think he just wanted to be back in his office, sitting at his desk again.
Yeah, no,
But
maybe
that is
that's
what it is.
yeah. I was going to say maybe that's not the guy, but there are people out there that they'll open up to you.
Yeah, it's one of the employees I talked to, and she's real nice and everything. And I'd rather talk to her anyway than him, just because she was more polite and whatever. Is what it is. I get it. It's a business. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to make their little profit and chill, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really tell too many people this, and I'm sure people already know, but like for Christmas, the owner of the LCS here, he gifted my girls and my stepson three graded Eagles, MS 70s, and
Oh,
and
Wow.
he, I mean, it's just, I guess it's a smaller community here, and it always comes around, he knows a lot of people here, and I really can't do very much without him hearing about it. It's kind of weird the way it is. I don't know if y'all heard the story about the homeless man that I had paid to have his dog cremated.
no, I
That
didn't. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. I was in the process of saving up for that kilo bar, and I work part time at the Pizza Hut delivering pizzas. That's how I get my money for the metals that I buy. And this man he's a homeless veteran, and his dog died right next to the Pizza Hut. So
Mm.
we didn't know what to do, and he didn't have any money. So I drove him to the 24-hour emergency vet and paid to have his dog cremated.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sad. It was a big dog too. Yeah, it was a huge dog, so it cost me a little more than I was expecting. But that Saturday, I went into the LCS, and I was kind of bummed out because I actually wanted to walk out with that kilo bar then, and he already knew. He's like, "Why are you so down?" And I told him the story, and he said, "I knew that before you even walked in the door." And I was like, "Man, that's just yeah, it's kind of crazy." We're pretty looked after here, from within the stacking community. It's just that's one of the things that I think a lot of people lose sight of, or some people lose sight of here, within the YouTube stacking community is man, it reaches out so much further than just us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a big heart, brother, man. You do a lot of good things, man. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Does your LCS follow you or on YouTube?
No, no, he doesn't. It's not. It's kind of a jewelry store too. So he's dealing with a lot of jewelry sales and fixing jewelry and taking links out of Rolex bands and stuff like that. So he usually doesn't have a whole lot of time on his hands to watch YouTube. There's a couple guys that have went in there that do that have subscribed. I don't know if they never comment or anything, so I don't even know if they watch, but I know, he does get people that go in there and say that they've heard of him through me. That's I think this is my one little piece of platinum I have right here that I bought there.
Oh, you got that at, wait, what does that say? Vault?
The Volt.
No, where is that? That's in Odessa?
Yeah, that's right here in Odessa.
Oh, okay. Because there's a Fish had a thing on his, I think, that said the Vault as well, didn't he?
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
he
me.
did. Oh, it was Vegas, right? Yeah.
That was mine. I have
Oh, okay. You did. You
there's
know,
a LCS in Indiana that's called Vault Bullion and Coin.
oh, okay. Because there's a Vault in St. Augustine. You know the coin guy from Speg's channel?
Yeah.
That's his son. His son, I think his name is Brian. Coin guy, remember you telling me Coin guy is in Fort Lauderdale? He's
Yeah.
not, man. He's actually in like Tampa area. He's in Spring Hill. He's right by Vermilion.
Oh,
He's
no shit.
literally a mile away from Vermilion.
Oh, that's got to be tough business.
Yeah. No, that's a totally different business, dude.
Oh,
Totally.
okay. Yeah. You said they're a little get your shit and get out.
Yeah, I mean that's like the difference between Walmart and like a boutique, you know?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You go in there, get what you want, and get out. Shit.
Yeah, no, I've been in there the one I went in there once. I walked in, got what I wanted, got a great deal, talked to Brian and Tim, out the door. Boom. That was it. I drove 4 hours to get there.
So the Vault Bullion and Coin that I have the thing on display, that's the place I want to go to. Well, I always go there when I'm back in the Midwest. But that's the place they have. You walk in and they have a cooler full of beef. You can order like half a cow, a whole cow. You can order beef. And then you go to the right and it's all firearms.
Nice.
Um, they have firearm parts. They have firearms. My brother said they just put a section in the back where they do safes and stuff now too. And then you go upstairs, and that's where the coin shop is. It's a quiet little chill room. And if sometimes you go up there, the door's locked, so you go back downstairs. You tell them at the counter, and you say, "Hey, I want to go check out the coin shop." They send somebody upstairs, let you in. It's I did a video. There's some content I have of their shop, and they just remodeled recently. My brother said too, but it's man, it's an awesome place. They have some cool stuff in there too. But it's just cool because you gotta it's a prepper's paradise. You can get beef, bullets, and bullion all in one shot, and you're all set.
Yeah, you're all set. That's awesome.
So we're gonna shout out some of these people. We got Stacker Man's Rabbit Hole. He says Vegas is that place in Valpo. Yes, it is, Stacker Man. So you must know of that. We got Joseph Lopez is in here. He changed his nickname a little bit. Check Stacker. Check Stacker's asking if Liberty Bleeds looking for strippers. Bean Becky showed up. We got Dub C in the house. Silver State. We're going to see Silver State maybe in a couple weeks. Let us know if you're going to the coin show, Silver State.
Oh no, he'll
We
definitely.
got Booty Girl, Bellows Forge, Blue Collar, Vegas Stacker, Dub C, Silver State, Pure Metals, Bean Becky, Silver Sleuth, Stack Attacker Wager. Did you hit your 500 yet? I can't remember if you
Oh
did or
yeah,
not.
he's way over 500.
Well, who else? We got FG Stacker. I think we got
Hey,
FG Stacker lined up for next week on Monday Night Metals. Silver Sleuth, mahalo. Thanks for stopping in. And I think
Booty
Bellows
girl.
Forge,
We got booty girl stacking.
Kansas Kid, Stacker Man's Rabbit Hole. I think we got everybody in there now.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate everybody for being here. We got 34 in here already. 36 now.
So, anybody got any questions for West Texas, or anybody actually? From
I did
chat.
see a question and I didn't get to it earlier. Let me see if I can scroll back up. I believe it was where did it go? Dagnabbit. Oh, it won't even go up that far now. Shit. All right, any new questions? Sorry about that. I know there was one, but I freaking lost it.
Oh yeah, I still want a coffee. Becky, did you relay that from Average Jane? Hell yeah, I want a coffee. My wife, she must have asked in the chat, do I still want a coffee? Yes, please bring me a coffee. Big one. Big. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Bianca says, great show, but can you bring back Booty Girl?
Booty Girl, I don't know. Yeah, Booty Girl will come in again. She said she would anyway. She was in the chat.
Where
That'd be
was
really
it?
cool. And I got to tell whoever said I'm looking for strippers, yeah, I just used a pair and they were great.
All right, here it is. B Taylor. B Taylor says, any particular pieces or goals for the new year? Myself, I don't have any goals, but I am looking for in a couple weeks I do plan on doing picking up pre-33 gold for the first time.
Nice. That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, that's on my list. Definitely on my list for 2025. Pick up some pre 33. Just keep adding a little bit of silver each. I want to say each week, but I almost want to say each day because I love going by the coin shop. And if I say, hey, listen, I got to get in there today. Like today, I had to fight the urge to go. I knew I had stuff to do, and I fought the urge and I didn't go. So
what?
no, I didn't go, dude. I was like 1:30 in the afternoon. They close at 3. I was like, I could be there in 15 minutes. I got to be somewhere at 3. I can make it work. But I fought the urge and I didn't do it.
You took a sick day?
Yeah, I took a sick day from the coin shop. Now it's getting kind of like that. It's kind of like I started saying it the other day. I was getting a little worried, like maybe I am getting a little obsessive compulsive over it, but I don't know. I guess there's worse things you can be addicted to, right?
Oh, 100%.
You know.
So
So
I
West
see a
Texas,
few
what about
questions here for me. One, cigars. No, I did not get Miss West Texas away from Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong and that whole thing with the RV. She just is dead set that the RV is going to happen. And yeah, no matter how much I tell her and what I say to her, she is not going to let that go.
what's wrong with that?
Bellows, I was 18 when I enlisted in the Marine Corps. Well, actually, I was 16 when I first started talking to the Marine recruiter, and I turned 17, and he actually showed up at my house uh, while my mom was there, and my mom was not very happy about that, and he kind of, she was running him off, and she slammed the door in his face, and he knocked again, and he says, let me just tell you one thing before I go. Do you happen to know how many days of school your son has missed this year so far? And I
Oh,
was like, how does he know? But that got my mom to open the door a lot wider for him, and he walked right in and she signed the papers. So that was my little enlistment story, one of them.
Well, we thank you for your service for sure.
absolutely.
Oh, it was my pleasure, man. It was I'm big on camaraderie and community, and there's other things that I found throughout life that were similar to my time in the Marine Corps. One was when I was a wildland firefighter. That was just pretty dang close to being, as being in the service and in the Marine Corps. But after that, it was the stacking community. I mean, we are pretty tight. we might not always agree with what somebody's saying, but we're pretty close knit community.
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah.
So it makes a good community too, though. I mean, not everybody has to have the same ideas and the same outlook on stuff. And
Yeah,
it's good to have different stuff, different thoughts. You know, so it makes a good community. If everybody thought the same way, then it's not a community, then it's a cult.
Yeah, that's a great point, dude. That's a great point. We're kind of going through a little of that right now without saying, you know what I'm talking about.
You know, different personalities are different personalities. Nothing wrong with that.
Right. No, it's growing pains, you know, and it's like people think in different ways, and I can appreciate everybody's opinion, you know. Listen, I know people that if you're politically opposed to them, they won't even be in the same room with you. Meanwhile, it's like, I don't care what your politics are. As long as we can talk and we can be friends, we can have common interests outside of politics, you know. But there are people that if you're a certain political bent, they won't even speak to you, you know.
I know friends that have they quit talking. They're best friends and they quit talking because of politics. And um, one of them actually just passed away, and I think they were just mad at each other ever until the end, which is sad because, I mean, everybody has their own opinion. Who cares? That's your life. It's your choice.
I'm just trying to look at the comments and see if there's any questions coming up here.
So,
Sal
the
says he
second part of
loves
the
the
question was,
community.
the second part of the question was, did he start stacking before the service? I think he said no, right?
no, it was well after. I mean, I just started last about the middle of 2023, so I've been out for quite a while now.
How
Gotcha.
long did you do?
I did 4 years. I
Okay.
served the 4 years and got out.
My dad
You know,
was big in the military, and my grandfather served. And I think my dad would have pushed it more, but that was the time of like the Gulf War and everything. And I don't think he wanted to ship his son off in hopes to never get him, you know, in hopes to get him back, you know. So it was one of those things where my dad did Vietnam, so he knew what war was like, and I don't think he wanted to ship me off to that type of atmosphere. Otherwise, my father was big into, he's still, you know, he's big into his country and he wears his Vietnam veteran hat everywhere he goes. So, um, I think he would have got me into it if we wouldn't have been in a wartime at the present time.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
both my grandfathers served in World War II. My dad served in Vietnam, and I guess I got lucky, you know, in a sense. I EAS'd on September 2nd of 2000. It was at my end of service.
Mhm.
So
So that was right before we went into Iraq and
right before, yeah.
Afghanistan.
A lot of good friends, that I was in with that stayed in. They didn't make it back. A few, you know, quite a few friends that did. But you know, it was just the luck of the draw, I guess. Um, it was just on to different things, you know, in life.
Yeah, yeah. Now, did you say you were in the oil business, or if anyone?
No, just everything around here kind of revolves around the oil field.
I got you.
So my primary job, I'm a mechanic on commercial trucks.
Oh wow. Okay.
But with the prices of the way things are here, I mean, it used to be here, but I guess, you know, it's the whole country's like this now. We're a single income family, so that first job takes care of the family, and the second job takes care of the retirement and the silver, you know, silver and gold.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I do the same thing. My main gig is I build houses. My secondary gig is I drive, like I started out doing Uber and Lyft and started putting that money into it. Got away from that. I just basically have my own private clients now. I do private driving jobs, and that's how I feed my addiction.
Yeah, you're always in the car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I text you and you're like, I'll text you back. I'm driving, or you'll do talk to texting.
Oh yeah, no, man. I'm 24/7. If somebody calls me at 2:30 at in a bar parking lot, I'm out the door.
Hey guys, you've seen it here. You've seen
Yeah,
it here.
I'm gonna say you cut.
Oh man.
It's on camera.
Yep. That's Liberty Bleeds is my name, and I guess bleeding is my game tonight.
Don't get me on the sidewalk.
What are you putting up? Runway lights?
Yeah, pavers. Like actually these haven't come on yet. Paver lights, like driveway kind of thing. Yeah. And the home automated system has a oh gosh, it takes an IT guy to change it to make the lights come on an hour earlier and all that. So I'm just kind of waiting for the rest to come on. So I can
doing it at night. Why didn't you go there during the day? Is it you want to be able to see the lights? Is that what it is, or?
Oh, see you later. Take care, man. Have a good one.
What the?
Oh, yeah, they're so I put one in because it's hard to find these 20-year-old matching lights, and the rest I'm marking now because I don't want to do this all in the dark, but I needed to be able to mark these guys. And yeah, that one's a little bit brighter than that one. Let's get closer. Yeah, that's I don't know. We might have to do areas, because we don't want to change them all out. The ones that work, we'd like to keep. We might have to do one side of the house differently.
So
yours, or you getting paid in silver to do that?
What's that?
Is that your driveway, or are you getting paid in silver to do that for somebody?
Oh, I get paid in American dollars, and then I buy silver. Yeah.
there you go. Same thing.
Hey, Chris in Virginia, that's I mean, for the longest time, I started at just 1 ounce at a time, 1 or 2 ounces at a time, and it got addicting, and I was sitting back trying to figure out what can I do to make a little more money so I could buy more silver, and I actually started donating plasma. I think silver was, I can't remember the exact price it was back, heck, I could barely remember last week, but I'm trying to remember a year and a half now. It was between $22 and $25 an ounce, and I was donating plasma twice a week. And my first 100 ounces of silver came from that, and I kind of regret it now. It probably wasn't the smartest thing to be doing, but it was with that one income. And then I quit doing that, and I decided that I should just get a second job, and it pays off pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, Pirate does that,
I think there's a lot of people out there that do it that way, and like both of you guys, there's nothing wrong with it. You have priorities for one income and priorities for another.
Right. Yeah. No doubt. And it's like I tell you all the time, Vegas. I tell you, oh, I'm going to the airport. I got to go to Fort Lauderdale. That's 5 ounces.
Yeah, I got to go make 5 ounces for this drive.
It's a 5 ounce job. I'm leaving right now. 5 ounce job, baby.
Hey, West Texas.
Yes, sir.
What happened to Mrs. West Texas?
Oh, she had an appointment to take her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had to go.
Well, please give her our best regards, and tell her that we can hope she can come on one of these nights. That'd be really cool, or in the morning.
Oh, definitely, I sure will. She's a character, man. She's a character. I think one of the key goals in life to finding a life partner, a wife, is you definitely got to match up crazy. If you're crazy and her crazy, don't don't mesh well together, then you got to find the one that's just crazy enough to match you up.
Crazies make a
I
right.
can attest to that.
Well, it's not hard to find a crazy woman, but you're all right. There are many different degrees of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I get a lot of, because we just had our anniversary. We've been married for 27 years, and we get a lot of people say, how do you do it in today's world? Everybody's divorced. How do you do it? I don't know. I can't answer that, but it's just we mesh so well together. We finish each other's sentences. We finish each other's jokes. We laugh at the same stuff. You know what I mean? I think you got to have a best friend relationship first, almost. The other stuff comes after that. I really believe that.
Right on. Yeah, I got 31 years with my wife, and yeah, it's you've got to be on the same kind of wavelength. Think the same way, because if you don't, wow. Yeah, I had long-term girlfriends before I got married. Didn't get married till I was 30, and I think I kind of figured it out. Well, we've been together 31 years, so it's still working.
Heck yeah.
So Silver State says his little side gig is doing, like, I forgot which channel it was, but he says he does aluminum cans and recycles them. I can't remember if it was Yankee or Dragons that started that way.
That was Silver Dragons. He actually I actually talked to him on the phone one day, like right in the very beginning stages of becoming a stacker. If there's if there's really such a title as becoming a stacker, but actually got to talk to him on the phone, and he told me that story. He started out collecting aluminum cans and recycling them, turning them in, and buying however much silver he could with them back then. I don't know how much aluminum cans are in Vegas, but in Oregon, that's 10 cents a can.
So, yeah, in Oregon they have those machines that you put the cans and the bottles into, and it gives you a receipt you take to the cashier at the grocery store, and she gives you money.
Yeah, and I mean it doesn't take long to accumulate a pretty good little bundle of cash when they're 10 cents a can.
Yeah, I know it's that way in Michigan too, and I think it was that way where Silver Dragons were when he started it. It was that way, yeah. And if you start getting 10 cents a can, it adds up quick, I imagine.
Definitely adds up. That's that's a great way to start out. I agree.
I don't know if Silver and Cigars is still here, but he's an HVAC guy. He was on call on Saturday. We were going to have him on Saturday morning showdown, but he got called in. Man, he's been collecting copper out of these units for years, and he's got a shed that he stores it in, and he takes it down every couple of years, and he picks up checks like $2,500, $3,500, and then he goes out and buys a whole bunch of precious metals with it.
Yeah, that's a good way too. My electrician friend does that. He has a 55-gallon barrel in his yard, and every day he brings home scraps of copper wire.
Yeah, I do that whenever I'm on a job where they're doing electricians are going, or I have extra wire or copper when I'm plumbing, and I save the copper and the brass. I got a big old box of it, and I'm gonna make some stuff out of brass too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like that's a good way to get copper when you're if you're gonna melt it and pour it. Yeah, for sure.
Of course, there's it's best to take and clean the copper. Unsweat the joints and get rid of clean the solder off of it and clean it up real good before you melt it. And of course, you can't have copper pipes that got all kinds of sediment stuck to the inside of them, because that's not going to work. But
I always like to unsweat the joints before I go to bed.
Maybe you got to dip them in some blue magic.
Yeah, Vegas be sweating some serious joints. Like that Cheech and Chong Big Bamboo.
Silver Cigar said he did 7,400 in 2021. Nice.
Wow.
There you go.
That's
crazy. I was off.
How many ounces is that?
In 2021, prices were different then too.
Oh yeah, way different. But
I'll
now,
tell you what,
even in terms of, that's like over 200 ounces.
After these tariffs, if these tariffs go into place, I think copper's going to shoot up. Silver and Cigars, you're going to make even more money this year.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
It will definitely affect copper. It will definitely affect copper.
What is copper these days? What are they getting for copper? It's
Oh, I haven't checked in a long time, but it was around almost $4, probably 6 months ago or something. But Silver Cigars probably knows right now.
409 a pound.
he spent the money on fireworks, he said.
I know appreciates that.
And that new camera for the solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. Yeah.
Copper's going for about $4 a pound.
This
But I
for
know I saw there was an article where copper, I did a screenshot of it, of with the whole tariff talks. It was talking about the metals that it was going to affect, and it was like copper, some other shit. I lost the screenshot now. Too many screenshots of too much BS.
oh my
You know,
god.
copper's a little bit of a funny metal. As far as the price per pound, it changes from area to area. I talked to my cousin over the weekend, and he was getting $5.75 for a pound of copper. And
Whoa.
here, you might get $4 a pound. You know, so it's kind of regional. It depends. That's what I've noticed with it here in Texas.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
we
think
got a couple of new
Silversmith's right. I
people.
think it was like copper, zinc, and like computer chips, which if you think of computer chips, that's you're talking a little bit of silver and gold, I think, in some of those, depending on what the chips are used for.
Pirate just did a video about that. Him and his son broke down an old radio and tried to salvage some metals out of it, but it didn't work out so good.
Oh,
There's not
Yeah,
as
you
much
gotta,
in there as you
there's
would
an
think.
art to it, I'm sure.
West Texas did that. I saw him way back in the beginning. He was ripping apart computer keyboards and yeah.
Yeah, I actually tried that. I actually did try that. I tried that with a bunch of modems, a bunch of monitors, and some TVs. And I did manage to extract the flakes, the foil off the fingers and stuff. And on the processors, those little wires in there, they're actually 18 karat gold. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're solid 18K. It's just such a tedious. I mean, if you were going to do that, you would have to and gain any kind of actual weight of gold through it. You'd have to treat it like a full-time job.
Well,
Yeah.
I almost built a house for a guy. I lost the job at the end, but whatever. Who built a business in North Carolina doing just that. He recycles electronics and gets the precious metals out of them. This was about 3 years ago. And this guy built like a $3 million house on the river, man. It was real nice. So he was doing well. Young guy, too. He was only in his 30s. So it's
If you know how to
definitely a
do it, I
viable business.
imagine.
Oh, I mean,
If you know how to do it, you can pick up the electronic shit pretty cheap, and hell, you could probably find it on the side of the road sometimes, people putting it out just to get rid of this shit.
Yeah, you can basically, he was getting a lot of his stuff for free. People would just drop it off, you know?
And I imagine depending on if that was a while ago, there was less people doing it too, so it was even easier.
Yeah, I would say it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, probably less
If,
people messing with it.
See if LBS is going to speed when he's driving here.
Hey, I had to turn the microphone off. I was talking to the homeowner, my client there for a little bit earlier, and I don't know if you guys shouted everyone out, but we do have some new people, if you don't mind.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, Dub C, White Cross. Yes, Dub C, Coins and Precious Metals is here. Good to see you, brother. Right on, man. We have Chris in Virginia still here. Silver Sleuth, I did not see come in earlier, but hello, Silver Sleuth, all the way from Hawaii. Good to see you. Southeast Stacker, he says smash the thumbs up. Bellows Forge, that is correct. West Texas on the CPU process. That's where I've seen the gold. Yeah. Kansas Kid, what's up, Kansas? Good to see you, man. Hey, did you? Maybe I missed. I know Vegas told about the next guest, FG Stacker, next Monday Night Metals, but have we mentioned anyone else for Saturday morning showdown?
No, I didn't say it because I haven't checked my email, but maybe you can confirm for me now. Mr. Kansas Kid, if you're available for this coming Saturday.
That would be cool. That would be super freaking cool, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he said Saturday works better for him than the Monday night. So
Good.
hopefully we'll have him on Saturday.
That would be awesome, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it would be. He's got
It looks like Silver and Cigar said 385 is the most he's ever got for copper. Number one though. Number one. Number two is dirtier, if I remember correctly. And B Taylor. Oh man, B Taylor's here. Wow, good to see you, B Taylor. What's going on?
BT.
Heck yeah. I don't think I missed anybody. Silver Cigar. Oh, Silver State Stacker, our homie. Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Are you going to be at the coin show? Did you already say?
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago in text, and he's definitely going to be there.
Cool. Stacker Man's Rabbit Hole. He says, Vegas Stacker, that's cool. I really need to go back to. I've been buying silver privately lately. Oh, you guys probably talking about LCSs, I'd imagine.
Well, when you say
he knows that LCS that's in the Midwest that I've been to. He knows the vault. Cool. He knows a different place, Casper's. Yeah.
Right on. Oh, I've heard of that Casper's too. Yeah. Sobriety and Silver. Good to see you, man. Right on. Oh, there's Check Stackers here. Good to see you, Check. Are you still on vacation? Because when you get back, we need to hang out, man. Definitely. Great Lakes Joe. And there must be 500 comments. It looks like maybe more. Thanks for guys for being here and chatting and commenting, whatever. Yeah.
So just a quick little Google search of this whole e-waste gold recovery. Interesting to know that, at least from what this says, I don't know if I trust Google a whole heck of a lot, but China recovers an estimated 6,630 kilograms of gold from recycled e-waste. Wow. And it's second to the U.S. The U.S. is at almost 14,000 kilograms.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot.
That's a lot of kilos.
That is a lot of kilos.
Did you guys see that Kit Kat is giving away 2 gold bars during the Super Bowl or something? Did anybody see that?
No.
Yeah, the 2 gold bars, it says worth 175,000. So it must be 2 kilo size gold bars shaped like Kit Kats, I'm assuming.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I thought that was awesome.
I'd like to take those 4 of those 20-ounce Scottsdales and press them down into some sand, and then a little bit further, and then pour silver over the top to kind of melt them all together and make a giant 80 and probably a 90-ounce Kit Kat, maybe 10 ounces on the back of it, and that would be really cool. Let's see. Check Stacker says he's still in the Dominican Republic. He'll be back in a week. And Silver State Stacker answered the question. Yes, he says I'm there at the coin show. So right on.
Nice.
So do y'all, either in the chat or on the panel here, do y'all ever enter those giveaways, like the SD Bullion giveaways and stuff like that?
Of course. Yeah, like a monster box. Like, the XD Bullion's giving away a monster box.
Yeah. I never seen it away. I didn't see them give it away last year. What happened to that? I thought they were giving it away.
They must have given it away, but I didn't see anything. I mean, they don't make it a big deal. They should. They should make it a big deal, have a video, whatever. Silver Dragons could do a video. All these guys, all the sponsors that you hear from, why don't they put out a video through all those guys that shows somebody winning it? Because I never seen anybody win it.
Because they don't give it away. It's fake news.
Nah, I can't believe that they don't, but I mean, I would hate to believe that. I would think.
What about you, West Texas? Do you get in on that?
I don't. I don't know why. I've never really had much luck at winning anything, so I just got to stay out of it.
I won one of those Silver Dragons of the silverback from Silver Dragons, but I entered a contest and they were giving 5,000 away, so it's not like a big win, but it sure is cool to own one of those for nothing.
It's funny.
I didn't see anything about the Kit Kat giveaway.
I'm sorry?
I can't find anything about the Kit Kat giveaway.
I Googled it and it came right up. It's
My
something to do
Google's
with the
broken.
Super Bowl. I don't know what it is.
Huh. I'll get in on that giveaway. Shit. I'll take a Kit
Yeah.
Kat size bar.
B. Taylor says they draw the winner on the 13th of January. Or they must have drawn the winner on the 13th of January, week of. But again, I mean, I would think that they would make a big deal out of it. They're really giving that away. Maybe the people who win it don't want to be known. I don't know.
But even then you just say Joe Schmo from Kokomo won it or something. You gotta say somebody won the shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't just I don't know, that's weird. I would think they'd have some way or somehow of something.
Yeah, go figure. I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
If I want a monster box, I might freaking bench press it on camera and be like, I won this, bitches. What's up?
So somebody in the chat, Barbara Wall, hey Barbara, welcome, said they did a video of the phone call, but no more details than that.
Well, they should have put the phone calls on all these all these pumper channels that they pay $100,000 a year to.
Well, they could have done it as like a live stream or something. You know, all the guys, 5 or 6 or 10, whatever, how many guys there are that pump SD Bullion. They could have did a live stream like this and just made the phone call and found a winner and made it a big event. You know.
I heard they pay those guys about 100 G's.
Well, if that's the case, that's crazy. I didn't think it was that much. No, it can't be, dude. No way.
You don't think? Why not? They as many videos as they put out every day or every week. Every video you think how many videos you think they put out? 3 videos a week. So, and it's a commercial every time.
Yeah, but I don't buy from SD Bullion because I hear them say it. It actually pisses me off.
Right, but there's people they have 100, 200,000 subscribers, you know. There's people that
That's
listen
true.
to those people treat them like the Bible, you know. They freaking listen to every word they say.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't, I that's one of the things with me is I don't see how somebody could sit there and push uh, an online bullion site that is overpriced. I know they're their sponsor and they got to give them the whole little advertisement spot, but I mean, you to me that's steering people the wrong way, and that's not what this is about. It's I love Hero Bullion. To me, Hero Bullion has some of the best prices there is. But
yeah,
I'm not going to tell somebody, you should only buy from Hero because that's where I buy from. Heck, I haven't bought anything from them probably in 6 months. I feel like it's way more important to support your local coin shop. Your brick and mortar place. I mean,
I think it's
they
funny
have
because go ahead.
they have families and they got to stay open. I mean, could you imagine if there came a time that you did have to sell back and your local coin shops were out of business because of all the big time online bullion dealers? Most of them don't give you that good of a price on things. You go to an LCS and he might see something in there that he really likes and pay you a little more for it.
And that
But
yeah,
goes back to what we were talking about earlier with building your relationship with your LCS. You know, you go in there and buy all the time, then when you have to sell, you know, you can go in there and they won't hesitate to take care of you.
yeah. I mean, my LCS, he gives better deals than I would ever get at any of the big bullion houses. But they do have some sale items. Their sale items are priced right. That's for sure. So if you're buying from them, you got to buy the sale items. If you buy anything else, you're probably getting stiffed.
oh, definitely.
That's
They
always
have
why
their
they always title their video, you know, junk silver is going to the moon, and then they throw in a commercial where SD Bullion's having a junk silver sale. So, you know,
Yeah,
I
I
did
mean,
the math. So I did the math. It's not astronomical. So you figure if they do 3 videos a week, that's 156 commercials for them. Divide that by 100,000, it comes out to about $640 a commercial. So that's not. I could see where they pay that.
yeah, I guess you'd have to divide it up by the views too.
Yeah, and then yeah, they're getting
It
20
might come down to
20,000
pennies per
whatever.
view. Yeah.
So I could see where they pay him 100 grand.
Well, maybe one of these guys will come forward one day, and I mean,
I got that. They don't want to give up their golden goose, literally.
some of them walked away though. Some of them went to Summit Metals, like Sal. 2is1 went to Summit Metals. Who else was pushing Summit Metals? I think was it Spectacular? Maybe. No.
There's a couple of them now. It's popping up more and more, just like SD did real quick.
Yeah. I said this on one of the other streams though. How come other houses like Hero, JM, all the big guys? There's 10 of them out there. How come none of those guys really put the money into channels that SD does?
Because their stuff's more overpriced than SD, so they don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't find that to be true. Like Bullion exchanges, and like West Texas said, Hero Bullion, those guys are way cheaper than SD Bullion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. They for some reason they just don't. I was wondering that too. Like you said, Monument Metals is becoming the big one now, but there's a lot of those out there that need to step up and um I don't know. I mean, I don't know who they could go after or whatever. But that's another thing too is these guys are locked in. The channels with 100,000 and around 100,000, they're locked into these places. So they're locked out of like some like Bullion exchanges and JM Bullion and Provident Metals. They're locked out of those places. So if JM Bullion and Provident Metals and those places want to pick somebody up, they're gonna have to pick somebody up with 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers instead because the big guys are already taken.
Yeah, but what would be wrong with that?
I agree, but they just don't see the value in it.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
Well, here's a what I've gathered from Hero Bullion is and I like I said, I love Hero Bullion. They're if I'm going to order online, they're going to be my go-to. Um, you never know when they're watching. You never
It,
know. They'll just pop up in your chat out of nowhere. So it's kind of they are actually, other than sponsoring channels, they are actually somewhat involved in the community as far as watching creators and commenting on some of the content that we put out.
That's true. I've had Bullion exchanges comment on my videos probably 3-4 times now.
I must not be doing it right. I don't get shit from any of them. Check
Yeah,
Stacker says they're all owned by the same parent company, JM Bullion, Provident Metals, BGAS, and more. Really?
last time Bullion exchanges commented on one of my videos, I shot back to him, when are you going to sponsor me? Nope, crickets.
And Hero, at least from what I know about Hero, they're actually they're still a little bit on the small side as far as an online bullion dealer. They're not super huge like some of the other ones, the top fives.
Yeah, that's
But,
true. Everybody looks big. When you look at the website, they all look the same.
yeah,
But you don't know what's
exactly.
behind that, Like, you ever seen this one, Kazoo Bullion?
Heard of them.
Cajun?
Kazoo they make these.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I've heard of them. I knew I heard of it.
They make the little tombstones. They make nice little things, right? But they're a small company, man. The owner was at the fun show. I'm assuming it was the owner. And he was buying at the fun show. He was over there just buying away. And then they went back. They just did a video about it. They got a nice little YouTube presence now. A couple thousand subscribers, small. But I just followed them, and I've been checking out their stuff, and they're a small company. I would have thought they were bigger, you know?
I have seen those
New
bars
Miss Magic
before. They
Archaeology
kind of
just stopped in. Mark Samuelson's here. Transient's here. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Appreciate you. Mark Samuelson said J.M. Bullion commented once on his nephew's channel. None of those guys have ever commented on my channel. What the hell? I guess I'm not doing it right.
Hero Bullion was in y'all's chat a couple days ago on the pure metals deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they jumped in, left a couple comments, and then
On ours or on? I saw they jumped in on the other live stream he was on.
okay, yeah, I guess I may be a little confused.
He jumped in on MSJ's live stream. I saw.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if they jumped in on ours. I was trying to watch and I don't remember seeing it. Maybe I'm not sure.
Hey, Hero
I know they
Bullion is
jumped in
still
on
out there.
MSJ's live.
Oh, we lost LBS. Where'd he go?
He might have fallen in a hole.
I think his phone probably overheated. He's probably on
That's
the
a
road.
possibility.
He needs a cooling pack for that phone or something.
Oh, I'm telling you, we gotta get together and get him a new phone for Valentine's Day for the show.
What do they call those things you put the beer in? The koozies?
Now you're talking. That's gonna hold the heat in, but you need like one of those cold packs.
A cold pack. Transit, hey, good morning, man. You ate breakfast or did you make breakfast? If you made breakfast, you should have did a live stream on it.
I think he's eating balut. He said he's eating balut from the Philippines.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's one thing. I like your cooking videos, W2S. I like the cooking videos. That's cool. Have you always done them, or?
No, I haven't always done them. It's just Sundays are they're really the only day I have off, and I like to get up early and just make the family breakfast. And if I had more time, I like to cook dinner, as long as it's some kind of a steak or meatloaf or meatballs or something, But I just found that this was a way I could interact with the community and do something for the family at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It keeps everybody kind of interested in what you're doing too.
Yeah.
They're watching you cook and actually paying attention to it.
Hey,
But
stack that gold's here. He's stacking gold.
That gold, man. So
STG.
for y'all that may or may have not interacted with Mark Samuelson, this guy he's just a wealth of knowledge. I mean, he is so coin savvy that you make some videos, and if when he comments on them, he'll educate you, in a good way. But Mark is just top notch, man. I mean, smart, kind, generous. I mean, Mark is I don't know however got him to watch any of my videos, but boy, it's just people like him, and I would love to see him put out a video or make some content. I'm not sure if he has or not, but that would be really great.
I was thinking the same thing. He should start putting some stuff out. Because according to LBS, he says the same thing you do. He's a great, supportive community member.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
he sent me a couple emails. Yeah, he's very supportive for sure.
yeah, he's all vintage stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think LBS said he turned him on to Hoffman and Hoffman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Captain Vic is in the house. I just saw him come in.
Wait, I forgot. Can I dip my Hoffman and Hoffman or should I not? I forgot. There's only like 5,000 of them, so probably not, right?
I
No,
probably
don't do
wouldn't.
that.
Don't dip it. Fuck.
Dub
Okay,
C
well,
would ban you.
So here's a question for Mark. There's actually one of those Hoffman and Hoffman rounds, the unicorn rounds, that are very low mintage, very hard to find. They are the actual unicorn round, and I don't know if I was dreaming it or where I was hearing it from, but supposedly there's only like 3,000 of them somewhere, maybe less. But I think that's something that I would have to look into. But they're very very low mintage, and most of them have been spoken for a long time now.
Wait, I got a unicorn one.
Yeah, you do.
There's I believe there's some different types and different years.
Yeah, I looked mine up and I thought it said there's like 5,000 of them. So, but since Mark's in here, we can have him.
Have him
This
check
one,
it
there
out
it
for
is.
you.
What do you think? What do you think, Mark? Should I dip this one?
Don't. You're gonna blow. Poor Dub's gonna have a stroke.
Okay, so Mark Samuelson says there's only 500.
500. Wow.
That's not the one I got then. This one is from 1981. This isn't the one there's only like 500 of. I've seen this in a couple different channels, I think. Or tell me there's only 500 of them. I'd love to hear that. That'd be awesome.
The unicorn with the trade
Oh,
unit.
yeah, this isn't a trade unit. This just says 1 ounce fine silver on the back. Doesn't say the trade unit. So
Uh,
I looked it up on everything Englehart or Englehart everything or whatever, and it says there's 5,000, I believe.
yeah.
You made me dig them out real quick. I had to hurry up and get to that one.
You know what I've been using to look stuff up, and I don't know if these guys are a good source or not. Maybe you guys in the chat. Ucoin. Have you ever seen Ucoin? U, the letter U, and then coin. They
I
seem.
haven't seen that one.
Yeah, but you know what? I've been getting a lot of this foreign silver. Dub kind of got me into that, looking at those Mexican coins, and they seem to have a really good handle on all that foreign stuff, like the foreign circulated coins.
Yeah, okay. Dub C and Mark Samuelson both said the one I have is like 5,000 mintage. Okay.
Hey, Dub.
Stack That Gold says Ucoin is not so great for vintage.
Oh, who said that?
Stack That Gold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not for vintage, but for like circulated coins. They basically have every single circulated coin in existence. I bought a couple, I've been buying, basically going in there and getting these, just circulation coins that are in really good shape for pennies on the dollar, essentially. And, then I got to go home and catalog them all because you know how I am. I'm OCD about that. And but you got to see my list. But anyway, long story short, Ucoin's been very informative, I thought.
Well, that's good. Maybe for like the foreign stuff, but maybe just not for the vintage stuff then.
Yeah, not for vintage, no.
Says, check out my video this Friday, Blue Collar, all about circulating foreign silver.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I started
Always
getting.
has information too. Dub is a wealth of information.
Oh, he is.
Mark
Definitely.
Samuelson says he has 3 of the Hoffman Eagle trade units.
Whoa.
Those are the ones there's only 500 of, and you have 3 of them? Nice.
So what is that on a percentage basis? He's got 0.15% of all of them that exist.
That's pretty good. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I just took that out of the air. I don't even know if that's true.
It's close.
It's got to be close. It's probably more like 0.60. Let me do the math. Hold on.
3.60. 0.6 would be 18. I don't know. That's too much work.
3 goes into 5 once. All right, 3
Just
goes into.
ordered his second Hoffman 1 dot round today. Mark Samuelson, so where do you order that from then? If you don't mind me asking. I don't want to steal your hookup, but I didn't know anywhere where you could Atmex. I've seen stuff on Atmex, I think.
Where does
Silver and Cigars, Mr. 10K Double Eagle.
Yeah, 10K. 16.5.
Yeah, Dub said it'd be like 10 to 15, I think.
Oh, what do you mean?
But I imagine it's whatever anybody wants to pay for it.
This is true. Well, I guess maybe when PCGS wants to charge you that extra money, maybe they bump the value. No, but he said he looked it up on Gray Sheet, I think.
JM has a sale on the Tillowa Shipwreck, Silver State said.
Wow, Mark, that is amazing.
I have the Unicorn Trade Unit, which is even rarer. Jeez.
Wow.
You definitely got to put out there.
Mark, shoot me an email. Let me know when you want to come on Monday Night Metals or or Saturday Morning Showdown. Shoot me an email. Let me know when you want to come on. We got to pick your brain a little bit.
From Mark Samuelson?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If anybody in the chat, if you guys want to come in, we have Saturday Morning Showdown and we have Monday Night Metals. If anybody's interested in any of those, shoot us an email. We'll see what we can do on getting you guys on. It's a good time. It's fun. Everybody can gives a chat way to get to know you, gets you guys out there a little bit, and it's just a good way to push the community a little bit.
Nice. LBS is back.
I hope Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stackers having a good time.
Oh, I'm having a great time. Yeah,
It's
and
cool.
like I was saying, I'm a little under the weather right now, but I'm kind of pushing through.
We
Mark,
appreciate you jumping in even though you're not feeling well.
Yeah, Mark doesn't have a channel, but it sure would be.
It would be a
I'm
good
sure it
channel.
would do very well with your knowledge and how well you can articulate the pieces of silver that you have, and you might put some of these Yankees and other guys, give them a good run for their money.
So when I just invited anybody that wants to come on the show, you don't have to have a channel. We don't care if you have a channel or not. Mark, you're more than welcome to come on the channel, on the stream and talk.
Mark
You don't
does
have to have a channel for us to talk to you. We don't mind people that don't have channels. OJ's been on the show. He doesn't have a channel.
Yeah.
We like anybody that can share knowledge with the community and just hold a conversation. And if people have questions about this or that, we're here.
Yeah, Mark Salmuson, he shares a lot of knowledge with me. He always sends me pictures of everything that he's I call him the vintage stacker, and I think he might maybe use that name. Who knows? Maybe not. But that's pretty much all he stacks is vintage, and he's a great guy. And Mark, I just got your text message. You're very welcome, man, and thanks so much for picking that up at my auction. Yeah, he picked up a really nice piece. You're welcome.
Those were your lights. Those were his lights you were fixing.
What was that?
Were those his lights you were fixing?
Mark's no. Mark lives up in like what is it? Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and he's an arms dealer, like a vintage antique arms dealer. He sells like the revolvers, Colt 45s, and the 30-30 repeater rifles, real fancy, high dollar stuff, man. He goes to gun shows all the time, and he picks up a lot of silver at gun shows, man. Really cool stuff too.
Yeah, you were saying that. LBS, where are you at? What neighborhood you in right now?
Say that again.
Where are you at? What neighborhood?
I don't really want to say because I want to protect my client, but I'm up on the you call it the west side of town. We'll be
That's Summerlin area.
Yeah, it's really nice here. I've got a few different clients around here, and yeah, it's a gorgeous area. Way nicer than where I live.
Yeah. So I hadn't had a chance to look this bar up that I have. Is there any way I can find out like the year it may have been minted in or poured in?
You want to show us that kilo? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Now I do know, and I believe it was actually Mark that told me the difference between the retro one and the actual vintage one is with the retro one. It won't say fine silver; it'll just say FS.
Hey, Fish. Fish is
What
back.
I
up,
mean,
guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I have my earbuds in, so I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, we can hear you. Where you at?
Okay,
Where
cool.
you walking?
I'm at the
Oh,
I'm
what
at
do
the
you
gym.
got?
I'm on
he's
the
got us on
treadmill
the
right now. Yeah,
treadmill with him.
I just finished training back, so now I'm on the treadmill.
Nice. You're not even breathing heavy. That means you're in good shape.
Well, I'm only walking at 2.5 miles an hour at a 4 incline, so I'm not like running. You know what I'm saying? I just do that like long, slow, steady type of cardio. You know.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
gonna
that.
try and look that bar up for you here in a second. I'm trying to get a picture of it so I can look it up.
Where's Pirate? He's not working out with you?
No, I haven't got him on the program yet. He's working out. He just doesn't train with me. Hey, West Texas, is that bar? So you said that bar that's one of the new ones and not one of the vintage ones,
No,
and the
this one
difference is the
actually
FS.
says it actually says fine silver all the way across.
Does that make it a new one, or does that make it one of the old ones?
I believe, from what I've been told, that makes it one of the old ones.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. It looks like one of the old ones. Yeah,
I'm in the process. I'm trying. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to work some
yeah. I think
magic.
that's
See
an
if
old
I can
one.
find it.
I like check out the pour lines in the front of that thing.
That's
Pour lines
nice.
in that thing are awesome. Yeah,
You
it's
got
an
some crannies there. Nice crannies.
Yeah. Oh, the first time I saw it in there, I fell in love with it, and I was just like, man, I'll never be able to get that. But this is one of the things with setting goals. You know, you set a goal and you put your mind to it, and you can definitely achieve it.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
fish the fit before 50, man, you'll probably get there in no time.
I got it. Yeah, I'm trying. I think I forgot. 39 pounds is what I'm trying to lose. So that's a lot of weight to come off of me.
yeah, your frame is not that big, dude. I thought you were saying the other day you only weigh 215, right?
Yeah, I'm down to I think I'm down to 217. So I'm trying to get down to 190.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dexy, have a good night, man. Take
Hey,
care.
Dub, one more thing before you go. JM, what do you call it? Johnson Matthey 20-ounce bar. If I send you a picture, I don't have his email. Anybody got Dub's email? I want to send you a picture of one that OJ has. I'm thinking about
Oh
picking it
yeah,
up.
huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking that up, man. I want to get it. But what I'm going to do is I want to trade some like generics for it, and see what it'll take.
20 ounce is a cool size.
Yeah,
Bison Bullion makes some
really cool
killer
bar.
20-ounce bars.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. It's a nice looking bar, super vintage. So trying to get it. We'll see.
I was trying to look up that one West Texas has, but I can't. I was trying to look it up by picture, but nothing comes up about it. That's interesting.
Where's Silver Struck when we need him?
I do have a little 5-ounce bar, kind of almost the exact same color as that one. You know, it's almost like a white color, and a little bit the pour lines look somewhat the same. But when I showed it, I have it. It's way deep in the safe right now, so I can't go get it. But um, when I showed it, I believe it was Fish or maybe it was Mark Samuelson that said, "Oh, that's the retro one because it just has the fine silver initials."
What size is it? That's 20 ounce.
What's that?
That's the Silvertown
That's the
20
kilo
ounce.
bar.
Oh, kilo bar. That's right. Duh. And
So, you know, one of the things I find, you know, when I've been watching when I have time, there's so many different or a few different I guess you would say like offshoots of the stacker community. You have your pours, you have your racers, you have your stackers for weight, and you have your vintage, man, and then there might be some other ones that I don't know about. I think that's really neat. Do y'all follow any of the guys or gals that pour silver or do the races?
Um, FG does some pouring that I've watched a little bit, or I haven't seen him do the pours, but I know he does some of it. I don't really. I've watched some of those races, but they're annoying, so I really don't follow those guys too much because I don't want to get hooked on that shit. And
Are
I
the
really have.
races just like gambling? Are you just like buying tickets and then everyone, is that kind of what it is? I don't even know what those are. I've been around forever, but I don't think I've ever even seen one.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see myself
I've seen
getting
a
hooked
couple of
on
those
something
things.
retarded like that, so I just don't do it. I shouldn't say retarded, but it's not for me.
right. I like this. I like silver pouring, but my style, like I like the guys that pour silver that's like actual bars that you can stack. Like so I like the micro guys, silver pours, but if it's all art pieces, it's cool. Nothing wrong with it. But I prefer like pour me 1 ounce, 3 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce bars that we can stack. You know what I mean? So then it's kind of like dual purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, you know who makes some pretty cool stuff? These little bars. I actually talked to him the other day. I'm going to send him a few. I'm going to send him 4 or 5 ounces. T-Bird.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
T-Bird.
he's been doing some
T-Bird's
pouring.
making
Yeah.
those little T-Bird bars. I think they're pretty cool. I want one of them.
Yeah. You guys ever? I don't have any. I've wanted them for like 5 years. I have no idea why I haven't bought them yet. But Cajun Bullion makes some really cool little 1 ounce or like 3 ounce bars. Um, they're sick. I mean, they look like professional quality, like something, but they're little. They look like little vintage bars, but they're. I think it's called Cajun Bullion.
I haven't heard of them.
He is worth checking out. I think you'll mainly find him on Instagram, but most he's been around a while. He's fairly well known.
Yeah,
So
I've
I
heard
found
of
one
them,
of
but
those
I've
like
never
you had
watched
West
them.
Texas for 1,300 on eBay right now.
Whoa.
Doesn't really say much about it though, so I don't know.
1,300. Yeah,
Can't
that's the
find
thing.
any.
It's like you'll see there's different varieties, and the different varieties are worth a lot more money. I never get that lucky.
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely didn't pay 1,300 for that. No, definitely not.
I'll tell you, I
Fellow Forge
probably
does
wouldn't be that
races,
alone,
huh?
though.
Or well, she knows about them. You know what? I like to support people throughout the community. So there's one gal that I have. I think we've done races like 4 times with them, and I've won 3 out of the 4, something like that. But it's just kind of a way to spread it around to different parts of the community, And if you can, but I could see where it could get addicting. You win a 1 ounce. Usually, it's high premium silver round or coin that you could win for $6. Yeah, I mean that could be habit forming. That's why I'm glad I don't have a PayPal or any Cash App or anything like that. So
Well,
I,
look,
I won't. I won't say the names, but there were some meth heads in the community that were really addicted to those games, and they're out of the community now. But yeah, they were like people know who they are.
yeah,
But when you combine meth and gambling and silver, not good.
Yeah, I
no,
could
it wouldn't
see.
be.
I
No.
could see how I could
I
see
could
like
be
I
up
could.
all night driving and make more money for silver if I did a little meth, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
know.
get it. I could see how it could be real addicting, and that's why I haven't really messed with it. I've seen them, and I've watched them for a minute, and I'm like, man, I should, and I'm like, no, no, don't do it.
Transit did. He did have a silver Gumby poured for him by one of the local pourers here in West Texas.
Oh
and it
yeah.
came out pretty dang cool. I just think it's real neat that there's different facets to the community. You know, that you have different groups to the community. It keeps things interesting for sure.
Yeah,
It
there's
is
another
cool. And like
offshoot like you got metal detectors. You even
Oh
have,
yeah.
you got prospectors out there too.
it's cool because like you just like you said, if you have something you want to more info about, you just put a little short out there with it or something, and there's somebody in the community that knows something about it. Like you said, you have your vintage collectors, you have your bar collectors, you have your people that drive around their town collectors, you have your workout collectors. I mean, you have everybody out there.
You got your auction people, right? That run auctions all the time.
Auction
Yep.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Blue collar, are you blue collar was talking about doing a whatnot auction. Are you still thinking about doing that?
I mean, I think about it, but I got to get some good stuff on the cheap. I haven't been able to come up with anything.
Have you watched any of the whatnot auctions?
I have, yeah.
I don't think you're cut out for it, man.
No? Why do you say
You,
that?
you gotta be loud and obnoxious and well, maybe you don't have to be, but everyone I turn on, they're like, it's like they did some freaking meth and then they decided to get on an auction. They're going nuts, man.
It's just a switch that you flip. I used to do the Red Balls of Fury, and I went absolutely bonkers. I mean, my wife would be like, I was so loud, screaming and just going crazy and laughing and just going nuts. Then I
What
walk
is the
out in the
Red Bull
living room, and my
Fury?
wife's like, "What the heck did you just do?"
Yeah,
So I think it's just
Okay.
like you just flip the switch and go berserk.
it's kind
Yeah.
of
You
like
know,
pirate.
actually, Fish, somebody in the comments right as you were leaving,
Yeah,
they actually asked that question of you, the Red Balls of Fury. I didn't know what they were talking about, but
it's the greatest game show in the history of my channel.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about that.
it's. I'm actually thinking on getting with Pirate and bringing it back somehow. I'm not exactly sure. The key to the Red Ball of the Fury is that it's a very it's very difficult to get into it, and everyone wants to get into it because the prize purse is so huge. But then you make it very difficult, and it the kind of the crux of it is crushing people's hopes and dreams, and
Yeah,
that's what
OBS
it's
is
all about.
that.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah, Pirate and I did the last two together. They were pretty fun.
Nice. So yeah, let's get that together, man. Start that up again. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm gonna talk to them. I don't think it's something. We always had like different ways to enter. Like you had to win your way into it through different competitions and things. And then once you got in, then it was basically lottery balls, and and then we added like rolling dice as like modifiers to it. It got kind of nuts. Like people who have it's kind of hard to explain. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never seen it, you're like, what is Fish talking about? So it's complicated fun. But yeah, I'm thinking about I'm going to talk to Pirate about getting the band back together and doing a good old Red Ball of Fury, crushing
Nice.
some hopes and dreams.
So, did Pirate go to the Maitland show yesterday, or
He did, yeah.
how
I
was
think
it?
he just did a video on it, actually.
Oh, did he? I didn't see it.
Well, I don't know if he may have another video on the show, but he picked up the Florida Goldbacks.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed them at the fun show. I mean, we were literally standing 10 feet away from the table that had him.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he missed that one, but it was
He's
actually.
he kind of wanders at the trade shows or the coin shows.
Well, you know what it is? He's got so many people coming up to him, you know?
He's like he's so I always watch his videos on my TV at that like in the living room. You know, I'll throw the video on so my wife catches half of his videos, and he's talking about one like everyone recognized me, you know, and my wife's like, wow, everyone recognizes him. And then I showed him the picture of what he's wearing. He's in a giant pirate hat, and he has a shirt on that says Pirate Stacker.
Pirate
I'm
Stacker,
like, yeah, of course everyone's going to recognize you. Yeah, but your shirt says Pirate Stacker, and you got a giant pirate hat on.
Doesn't hurt
But
that
even that, I mean, even without that, you hear his voice and you recognize him right away.
not to mention he stands above the crowd too.
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
Yeah.
Currently, he's down to 295, so he's shrinking.
Oh yeah. That's good. Keep going, Pirate, if you're listening.
Yeah, he's going to take it all the way down to 250.
Yeah, I got to get my button gear. I actually lost 20 pounds recently, but it's so hard to focus, man. You got so much other
Yeah,
stuff going on, but you can't neglect your health. You have to, especially at
yeah.
I'm prime heart attack age right now.
Well, how old are you?
59.
59. Okay. Yeah. You're 10. Yeah, I'm 49. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just gotta like make it. I don't know. For me, it's like addictive. Like I really enjoy working out. Not everyone enjoys it, but if you can figure out a way to enjoy it, and then it just becomes part of your lifestyle, and then the food you start eating to support whatever you're doing, so it kind of augments it. It kind of just becomes a natural process. But if you're only dieting and you're not working out, that sucks. That's just like miserable. But if you're working out, I think that really helps the dieting side of it.
Yeah, they kind of feed off each other too.
Yeah, exactly. And you can make gains, like I mean, we're guys, right? So even if you're not trying to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you just, you want to get a little stronger, whatever lifts or whatever, or build your endurance or whatever it is, you make some gains and that fuels it and keeps you motivated. But people who just diet and that's all they do, it's like they tend to yo-yo.
Hey, this Pirate. Oh no, I thought Pirate was in here. Somebody mentioned him.
He keeps texting me.
Yeah. Bellows put the channel link up, and I thought it was him.
So here's a question for the panel up here. Whoever wants to answer first? How has stacking changed your life for
Who wants to go first?
Sorry, I stepped away. What did I miss?
West Texas says, "How has stacking changed your life?"
I've saved more money in my first year stacking I saved it in precious metals more than I ever have. Just makes me watch my spending differently. It's addicting, and I tend to convert everything into ounces of silver. So if I want to go to dinner, it's 30 ounces of silver. If I want to go drinking, it's 20 ounces of silver.
Dude,
I
you go
just
to
look at
a
things that way
restaurant,
now. I don't know. I don't
30
drink that
ounces of
much. That
silver
was
for
just a
dinner. I'm not
20
going to dinner
ounces of
with you.
silver to go drinking? Holy
no. It
cow.
was just when you go drinking in Vegas, there's other stuff to do, and it just goes
Yeah.
away real
Yeah.
quick.
I got you.
When you're paying $23 for a martini.
Right.
When you feed the machine for free drinks, it gets crazy. So it's just helped me save. That's all.
How about you, Fish? How's it changed your life?
Well, honestly, like I met my buddy Pirate. He's like one of my best friends. I never would have met him had I not started stacking. Or at least I was already stacking, but had I not like joined the community. And then, just being a part of the communities kind of taken me on like this different faith journey with preaching and stuff like that, which has really been a big change in my life spiritually. As far as like, saving, it definitely helped me out, like I talked about that earlier at the beginning, like the various things that it's paid for when I needed the money from wedding, 2 weddings, a couple funerals, a couple cars, several down payments on multiple houses. Again, I moved from one to the next. I don't own multiple houses. Those sorts of things. So it was just really there when I needed it. And I guess it just created stability in my life to where stuff could come up and it didn't faze me. Whereas I know other people's stuff comes up and it really phases them, you know? So stuff will come up. It was stuff that you have to sell some of your stack or whatever, but it didn't phase my life, you know? I took care of what I needed to take care of and moved on. So I would say I met some incredible people, made a lot of friendships, and then the stability in my life.
That's a good
Pretty
answer.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, West Texas? You answer your own question.
Oh, okay. Well, like Vegas, when I first started, I looked at everything in ounces. We would go take a trip to, now that's a family of five. So we would go take a trip to a restaurant and I would see it all. Well, that's that many ounces of silver. And I kind of got away from that a little bit, but it helped me appreciate the value of money more,
And
of
then
dollars. I mean, I know everybody says the dollar's losing value, but it
I'm on a live
loses
stream.
even more value when you don't appreciate it. The stress. I was living a very stressful life. I would gamble. Um, I never really was much of a drinker, but when I did, I would definitely drink to excess. If it was a Saturday night and I was going to have one beer, I was going to have 30 of them. And I don't do that anymore. It really gave me something to focus on, something positive to focus on. Um, yeah, and I'm not stressed as much as I used to be. I mean, it, like you said, if something comes up, like Fish said, if something comes up, I know we're taken care of.
Right.
That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
point.
huge to me is that ability to just like take care of whatever comes up, you know?
That's a good point too. I've gambled a lot less now that I buy silver and now that I stack. I do gamble a lot less. That's for sure.
We used to live paycheck to paycheck, and like, man, right before the next paycheck would hit, there'd be like $5 in the bank account, and we don't do that anymore. We're more conscious about everything around us. It seems like too, and but like everybody else or like other people, I can get too far into it, to where I have to be, sometimes I have to be reminded that, that's not your only priority.
Yeah,
And
I get that way too. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me to answer your question, basically, just listening to all your answers, I'm cherry picking a little bit of each one of you guys. One thing it's done for me is it motivates me to get my ass up at 2:30 in the morning and go pick up that drunk from the bar, Whereas I would have never done that. I would have never had a second job at my age had it not been for this hobby for me. I mean, I look at it like, all right, if I go out and get that person, I can go get an ounce of silver tomorrow. It just motivates me to work harder. That's one thing.
Quick question: are you driving Uber or what are you doing?
I started out during the pandemic doing Uber and Lyft, made crazy money because nobody else was driving,
Yeah,
and put away a lot of money. And then I started stacking and started converting that money into silver and gold over the last year and a half. And now I'm just driving, basically everything I make while driving is going into silver,
yeah.
mostly silver, some gold, a little bit of gold. But
I travel a decent amount to different cities, and I tell you what, some of the biggest hustlers that I mean, hustlers in a good way, are the Uber and Lyft drivers I don't do Lyft, but the Uber drivers that I normally, those I'll talk to them. I'll just kind of quiz them a little bit on what they're doing and how long they're driving. I'm like, these people are freaking working, man. They're putting in time, and they ain't making excuses.
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I did a Lyft ride yesterday, I think, and that was the first time I was on Lyft since November. So most of my gigs now are all private gigs, word of mouth. My wife is an animal. She drives like, she's a madman. She busts her ass. She's got 20 airport rides a week. She just got back from one right now. She's really doing well. And she motivates me too, She motivates me to we used to have contests who could make the most that week, And basically it's a side gig for me. For her, it's her full-time thing.
I think a lot of them out here, they'll do like Lyft for as many hours as they can, and then they'll switch over to Uber for as many hours as they can. They double dip.
Yeah, you can do that, but you know what? They allow you to drive for 12 hours anyway. How much more can you really drive? You can't drive more than that, or else it's dangerous,
Yeah, that it is.
Now, for me, I've basically learned how to sleep in 2-hour increments. I know that's not good for you, but I'll sleep like, say, 4 or 5 hours in the middle of the night. And then I'll catch, like, just before we came on, I caught an hour nap. I took an hour nap at 11:30 to 12:30 or whatever. And I've been kind of like training myself to be able to do that so that I can get out there at 2:30 if somebody calls,
Right.
I mean, I always keep my phone on, and, like I said, if somebody calls me, I'm like, oh, that's an ounce of silver,
I like when I can book like a private driver when we travel,
Yep.
and for like we'll be at a conference day. I mean, the only reason I'd be doing a private driver, like we've got a conference all week, and you don't want to be fighting, there'll be like a bunch of us, like 6 of us together, and you get a private guy that's got like a Suburban or something, and they'll take care of you. You pay them well, but it makes it much better experience when you're traveling like that.
Yeah, you know what I do a lot of? I drive a lot of single ladies. Okay. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a negative way. They trust me. It's like somebody they can rely on. I drive their kids to school. You know what I mean? A lot of people
Yeah.
they're on DUIs and they can't get their kids to school. So
Yeah.
I drive their kids. I got like 4 or 5 parents that I help them out driving their kids to the mall, driving them to wherever,
Oh,
So
that's actually really awesome, man. Because people need that. They need reliable people they can trust. There's so many creeps and weirdos out there. So when you can be that reliability, that positive in their life, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. And I got a lot of long-term clients that,
Yeah, you can make money doing it too. So even better, right?
As you know, the state of Florida, right? You come on vacation, you leave on probation, right? So
wait, I thought that was our slogan.
Yeah,
there's a lot of DUIs, 5 and 10-year suspensions. So that keeps me busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that for me, it's focused me, made me work harder. It hasn't we don't like lifestyle changes. We still go out for lunch. We go on 6 cruises a year. We don't sacrifice in those areas, we take other vacations. We go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas 4 times in the last 6 months. I don't gamble. That's one of the things I don't do anymore. I used to gamble probably 10, 12,000 a year. I don't gamble at all anymore because I'm thinking like, all right, I gambled a half a monster box last year. I lost a half a monster box, So I look at it a lot differently. I look at things in terms of how much am I losing? How much bigger could my stack be if I didn't do that?
Yeah, I look at what I did in 1 year just in stacking, and I'm like, holy shit, how did I do that? And I'm like, well, I guess I haven't. I don't drop 100 in the machine when I go pick up dinner. I don't go, I don't go out gambling and drinking like I used to, which it adds up quick
What's
when you
up,
go
man?
and spend a little bit here and you spend a little bit there gambling.
Yep.
Like you said though, I don't skip dinner. I don't skip buying Red Bulls or Like go see some people are like, yeah, I don't buy Red Bull anymore. I make my coffee. I use the coffee pod like 3 times, and I'm not sacrificing like that for my stack. I mean, as much as I'd like to do that and grow my stack, I just can't sacrifice living for it.
Well, you're in a unique position where I don't want to give up too much information about you personally, but um, you're a Dink family, double
Oh,
income, no
absolutely,
kids. You know what I mean? So that frees up a lot of opportunity for you.
100%. Absolutely, and I'm grateful for that. Don't get me wrong, that's for sure. If you
Yeah,
guys don't know what a dink is, it's dual income, no kids.
I
yeah,
know Fish was talking about, his kids are older and out of the house. I'm sitting here, I'm fixing to be 47, and I got 9-year-old twins.
God
So,
bless. God bless you, though, man. Come on, that's
Ooh, that's
great.
tough work, brother.
Dude,
it ain't so bad now, but
that's prime time though. Like that age from 3 to 12 is like you're their hero. You can do no wrong. They love to hang out with you. Everything is awesome from 3 to 12. That's the
Yep.
prime time. It's good after that too. It's not bad. It's just different. They become teenagers and there's other stuff going on.
Well,
I miss those times though. I miss when my kids were 8, 9, 10 years old. Those are fun times.
yeah, and that's what I like about driving these kids too. Like I drive this one kid. He's 10-year-old kid, and he's the politest little kid. He likes to talk. He tells me about his track meet. It's just good to experience that, but then not have to deal with the other bullshit too.
That's why I
Not have
like
to pay
nieces
for
and
his
nephews. It's
braces.
great.
I really enjoy this. It kind of brings a different light to it. I know if there's anybody new in the chat or new watchers or somebody that's just new to stacking it shows a different side of people that it's not always, yeah, we got our little bit of our metal showing, but it's not just silver, 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 gold, gold, gold. There's a lot more to a lot of us, and that's something that they don't get to see from like the silver seekers and the silver dragons and Yankees. These big channels. This brings kind of a normalcy to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are all about the commercials. The big infomercials for SD Bullion or whatever. That's the reason they make videos, because they're making money putting their commercials out.
That's why,
Yeah,
like,
my favorite videos are when I go on Pirate's channel and we have lunch and just shoot the breeze.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that's some of the coolest videos too. You guys
that's why
had a
we.
nice little conversation the other day where you were talking to him as if he was someone else, and there was people looking like
Oh yeah,
you were telling him, yeah, what you were talking about Matt Gates, I think, right?
yeah. I was talking about like grown men who, perv on teenage girls because I got, I'm a father of daughters, and granddaughters now, and that's just a thing, man. Your kids get to be 15, 16, 17 years old. Yeah, 40-year-old dudes looking at your daughter because your daughter looks like she's 20, but she's only 15, 16 years old. And man, it drives me crazy. And so, hey, whatever with Matt Gates, but it is what it is. The dude was sleeping around with 18, 19-year-old girls. Didn't do anything illegal, but that was what the conversation was about. So yeah, I started yelling at Pirate about it, like it was the guy, and the guy looks at me, and I'm all yelling at Pirate about it. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you were talking like as if you were talking to Matt Gates. You were like,
Yeah,
dude, you're
yeah,
40 years old. Why are you creeping on 18-year-old broads? And
yeah,
the guy
yeah,
starts looking at Pirate like he's a pedophile.
yeah,
That was funny, man. I was laughing my
yeah.
ass off.
For
Pirate's
West
like,
Texas,
I'm not the guy, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
no.
Pirate's like, hey, he's not talking about me. He's not talking about me.
Transit,
West
that's so
Texas. That's one
true.
reason I like doing these lives. Is just like you said. You get to share with the community and show them that you're not just all about precious metals and all about that type of stuff. And it gives the community, other people, if they're stackers, if they have a channel or don't have a channel, it gives them a chance to come and ask questions. Like when I started stacking and started watching videos, it was like Yankee and Liberty, or Yankee and those big guys, and you don't get to ask them any questions. And it would have been cool to be able to go on somebody's live and be like, "Hey, man, I'm new to stacking. I'm looking at buying silver eagles. Is that a good idea or not a good idea?" It's just good to be able to reach out to people and get their opinions and interact with, have their questions and answer their questions and share your opinions and stories and stuff.
Hey, LBS, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you at, man? What are you doing right now?
What the hell?
This,
Looks like he's at a freaking cemetery.
That's what
Yeah,
I
I
was
was about to
thinking,
say.
dude.
I think he's in the cemetery.
That's what I thought.
yeah,
I was like, what the hell? I gotta make
That,
it
yeah.
that looks like
happen.
a flagpole.
Where you at, dude?
I'm here visiting my daughter.
Oh, he is at.
I've seen that flagpole before. Oh wow, what is that? UFO.
Yeah, he's at a.
Look like an airplane.
He's on. I know where he's at.
I don't quite remember when or how I stumbled upon Liberty Bleeds Silver's channel, man. But I know from the beginning that he's actually been an inspiration for me to make content. Um, like he said earlier, I was taking apart computers and TVs in my garage, and I had my phone up, and he reached out to me,
I love you, baby
and
girl. See you soon.
and just what a genuine, all around, you know, man. It's hard to, it's how do you describe somebody like that? How do you
Well,
describe somebody like Liberty Bleeds Silver? You know,
I call, you know what I call him? I say he's a pillar of the community.
Oh, thank you guys.
He's in everybody's chat. He's in everybody's comments. Every freaking video I go to and I watch, Liberty's on there commenting and showing support.
Well,
He
thank you.
sends
you
me
know,
one. I get one message a day from him every single day. There isn't a day that goes by I don't get a message from the guy every single day.
I love you
Instagram.
guys.
Yeah,
he
man.
said he's one of the first channels on here that was like, you know what? I'm gonna mod everybody and y'all just drop your links. Let's share each other out. Let's build. That's what he's a builder. He loves to build people up, and that's great. In a world where there's a lot of people out there that are constantly trying to knock people down. That Liberty Bleach Silver is there to build to build these channels up, to build these people stackers up. It's great.
Yeah, no doubt
Oh,
about it, man. He's
thank
the
you
guy.
guys.
Go ahead, Liberty. I'm sorry.
Just thank you very much. Very kind of you to say. I really enjoy this community a lot, and yeah, I definitely. I like to watch people grow. I like to watch people evolve, and everyone needs what I got when I entered this community, and that was a whole lot of support and a whole bunch of love. And I just want to make sure I give it back as much as I can because it makes all the difference in the world. And I love you guys.
We love you too, man. Yeah, and as far as what you said before, the question, West Texas, how it changed my life, and I'm going to be fighting it here, but I mean, I consider Vegas and LBS two of my best friends right now, and I've only known these guys for what, 6 months, and I don't know how I would get through a day without these guys. I really don't.
I feel the
We
same
think the
way.
same with you, brother. Don't you're not in this. You're not alone in that boat.
Yeah,
For those
man.
of you that don't know, we us three, Liberty, Blue Collar, and I, we have a group chat, and we chat at least. I couldn't even tell you how many text messages, I'll be at work. I go on break, and it says I have 100 missed messages just because we go back and forth. And um, I know it goes the same way. I'm sure Liberty wakes up and he's like, "What the hell? These guys have been talking all night," or back and forth. We always go back and forth, and we always keep in touch, which is cool. And like you said, this community's made that happen, and it's I'm grateful for it. That's for sure.
Very thankful. Yeah. Very
Me
thankful.
too, man. I love you guys. It's awesome. I enjoy our conversations and the Vegas Cabal forever, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, when is I'm getting out there on what, the 12th? I think it's the
Yeah,
12th.
I think that's what you said. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't even wait, man. I'm like ticking away. I'm counting the days.
it's only 2 weeks, not too far, so it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, I don't even think it's 2 weeks. I think I get out there next Wednesday, I believe.
Oh yeah, a week, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little over a week, 9 days.
I lose track of days.
Yeah, the weed.
Yeah, that's for sure. And the dogs that wake me up every 2 hours.
Yeah. Now, speaking about sleeping, having messed up sleep, Vegas Stacker has the most crazy sleep schedule I've ever seen in my life.
I don't have a sleep schedule, and
Dude, do you
that's the
sleep in a?
problem. I don't have one.
I think he slips into a coffin in the morning.
I I fall asleep for about 2 hours, and then the dogs wake me up, and then I try and fall back asleep, and then about the time I fall asleep, they wake me up. About the time I fall back asleep, my wife comes home, and then I have lunch with her, and then I have to take a nap before I go put up with drunk idiots, and then wash, rinse, repeat.
There you go.
So yeah, it's not the easiest, but it works. It's okay.
All right,
So,
dudes. I'm at 48 minutes, so I'm calling it quits on the treadmill, and I'm
Hey,
going to
good
be heading
job,
home.
brother.
All righty, man. Hey, it was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys earlier and hanging out with you now. You guys got me through my cardio session here. So have a good one. Be safe, and I will catch you guys later. All right?
all right. Thanks again,
Thanks
Fish.
for being with us, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Take care,
take
man.
care,
You're
Steve.
welcome anytime. Come back.
Awesome, man. I will.
Thank you.
Peace, brother.
Now, West Texas, you asked me about coin shops in the Vegas area, I think before. Um, were you thinking about coming out to Vegas again, or
Uh, I'm not quite sure. I don't. I really don't get to travel very much.
with young kids? I'm sure it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it. Well, that and with my work schedule, I work my first job. I work Monday through Saturday, and well, my phone's. I'm trying to plug my phone in. It's going down quick. And then with the second job, so traveling's kind of hard for me right now. I would love to go. I know there's some other stackers that are in Texas. Chex is from Texas. There's quite a few others, and it's just such a big state that if I was to drive from here to Fort Worth, it's like a 9-hour drive. So I know we did a drive and especially with kids, we did a drive from here in Odessa to I was just north of Phoenix, um, Cottonwood, Arizona, and it took me 16 hours to get there. It's
Yeah.
usually a 9-hour drive.
Oh, really? Why? Oh, because the stops and everything with the
The
family.
stops and everything, yeah. The
Yeah,
kids.
that's rough. That's rough. I remember when my kids were young. That is rough.
So you talk
Uh,
about driving and trips. So my parents took three of us kids. I think I was probably around 10, so like 10, 13, and 15 or something, maybe a little younger than that. But we drove in a Horizon hatchback with a pop-up camper from Northwest Indiana to Oregon and back.
Wow.
And
Oh
that,
man.
that's a trip.
that was before iPhones and iPads, and We played Slug Bug, I think, all the way there. And we had coloring books and, a map with a paper, a paper map instead of Google Maps. It was I don't remember much of it, but I see the pictures and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun, but I couldn't imagine doing that nowadays.
Slug bug, is that when you see a Volkswagen, you punch your brother?
Absolutely. Red slug bug and you punch them. That was also when you didn't have to wear seatbelts neither, and you can just lay in the back of the Horizon hatchback and take a nap or, do whatever you want. You weren't stuck in a car seat or stuck in a seatbelt and just different life then, I guess. You guys know. You understand that.
Absolutely. Hey guys, I think we're gonna lose my laptop, and that's what I'm running this stream on. I'm down to like 7% battery, and I don't have my plug anywhere nearby. So I hate to say it, but I think maybe we're gonna have to fold up the tent.
Cutting this short, I mean, we've only been live for 2.5.
I know. Sorry, man. I
Hey,
just
just
thought
real quick,
plug the computer in.
these different ways to stream. I know, like my last breakfast live stream I did on Sunday, it had something like 6.5K views. Um, it's kind of puts you in the algorithm a little differently because it actually, you know, not everybody that's watching it or that sees it is from the stacking community. But I think it helps build the channel. I'm not all about channel. I mean, I would like to say that I'm not all about channel growth, but I mean, that's kind of what we do it for. But if I never make a dime off of YouTube, it ain't gonna bother me one bit. Some of us are knocking pretty close to it. I know LBS has done a phenomenal job with his channel, and and getting the watch hours up and all that. But
Nice.
I would suggest that vertical stream, live stream. It tends to bring in a few more people and get you a few more watch hours.
Now, what is that vertical stream? By the way, Average Jane just saved the day. She brought me the plug. We're on the air, boys.
It's just when you set up your live stream, you set it up like
what is vertical stream?
short.
What is that? Is that a
pretty much the best way I can describe it is instead of turning your phone sideways, or if you're, I use my phone, you just leave it vertical, straight up.
Okay.
I used to do that when I first started streaming. I did that, and
that gets you more viewers. Is that what you're saying, or?
Yeah, it'll put you in a. It's more of like a TikTok type format like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering
like
why
when you do your shorts.
Why would that get you more viewers though? That's what I'm kind of dumbfounded on that.
That's just you'll see it. Like if you're ever looking at it, it'll you can just swipe through live streams.
Okay. And the vertical ones just get more viewers?
It'll get you more views and like I think the one I did on Sunday, I started the live stream, and this might not be as helpful to the channel, but when I started the live stream, I had 828 subscribers or 29, something like that, and when I finished, I was at 851.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good night.
It was a pretty good morning. If it goes, it goes. That's kind of hit or miss on that, but it's just another way I found that you reach different people. You do have to deal with some of the trolls in there that will pop in, but I think Vegas has done that vertical stream a few times.
Yeah, I used to when I first started doing it. I used to do it that way, but then that's when I was just doing it solo and just rambling on for a while too.
Yeah, it's kind of. I know it's one of the things I find. It's hard for me to pick a subject and kind of stay with it. For the most part, I like that everybody's unique, in their content. Even though we're talking about the same shit, everybody's unique with it,
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many times a day you can hear what the spot price of silver is today.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Or the doom or gloom or SD Bullion or
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's
Hey guys, can I jump in for a second?
go
no.
for it.
I got to get out of here. I got my son coming. I'm picking him up any second, and just wanted to say thank you very much, West Texas, for making it into the show. Fish, I didn't get a chance to. I think I did thank him, but if he's out there watching or listening, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us. Definitely, let's do it again. Definitely, let's get Mrs. West Texas out there. You know what? Maybe on a Saturday night, LBS Saturday night with LBS, we'll have the two of you and we'll talk about aliens. I'd love to do that.
Nice. I'll
Oh, why
definitely.
are you not shy? Speak of the devil, she's standing right behind me.
Oh, say hello. How you doing, Mrs. West Texas?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Wish you could have joined us on the show, and we're about to ready to wrap up. But hopefully, we'll be talking to you soon on one of these.
Yeah, definitely. I will be on with him on the next one. So thank you so much for inviting us.
Oh, our pleasure. Are you kidding? You guys are just wonderful members of this community, and we really enjoy everything you guys are doing. So it's a pleasure to have you.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. That makes us feel really good. Thank you.
You make us feel good. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all very much.
She's a pain in my ass sometimes.
Hey, listen, they're all that
That's why
way.
you love her.
That's right. Believe me, she's putting up with you.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a win-win.
I figured I was thinking she was going to kick me out in the garage and throw a bunch of blankets out there in the corner and kick me out there because I'm not feeling good. So
Yeah.
I'll be out there.
I want to just shout out everyone real quick before I go. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you, Vegas. I appreciate you, Blue Collar. And Mark Samuelson, thanks for coming in, man. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bellows Forge, the same for you, my man. Silver and Cigars, Transient Stacker. Let's see. I don't know how many.
12 shows 12.
Oh, Stack That Gold is here. Right on. Or was here. Good to see you, Stack. Chris in Virginia. Wow. They've been commenting a lot. The Average Jane, good to see you, Average Jane, and thanks for bringing that extra battery along.
Yes, a big 24-ounce coffee too.
Oh, nice! Wow, you're gonna go all night. Mishy Stacker, he says my son is 21 and dad never stopped being cool. Right on, Mishy. Good to see you here. B Taylor, always great to see you. I think that's most everybody that's been here in the last probably 20, 30 minutes. Oh, Emerald Stacker came in. Good to see you, Emerald. Looks like he went back to work. I really like Emerald. He's a great guy. I think that's about it. Yeah, you guys have a good evening. Thanks for having me again, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take care.
Home safe.
All right, take care, everybody. Simplify and God bless.
Simplify. God bless you too, West Texas. Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Stay shiny.
Will do. I can't do nothing but. Later, y'all.
Later.
So I think next week we're gonna have FG Stacker on. I reached out to him by email, and I believe he said he's willing and ready to do next Monday. So that'll be fun. And then if anybody else out there, you don't have to have a channel. If you ever want to be on the show or whatever, reach out. Maybe we'll get you on here and hear your story and share your thoughts.
Yeah, shoot us an email. We'll get you on.
West Texas, thanks for being in, man. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It was,
Always a good
a
time.
lot of
We always
fun.
like to get to know everybody, which is cool.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little kind of blunt and tend to say what I feel, and I can probably rub some people the wrong way, but that's I'm as transparent as I can be on here,
I was just gonna say that's what makes you real.
Yeah.
You're not a phony.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cigars, I'll tell her to stay away from the dinar. I don't know about the dong.
Don't get her away from the dong.
Oh man. All right.
All right. Thanks, Blue Collar, for hosting and having us all on here. I appreciate everybody
you
for
guys
being
coming
here.
in, and thanks for everything. Thanks, West Texas. It was great to get to talk to you finally.
Yeah, it was great. It was great talking with you guys, man. It's great getting to know other people in the in the community. One of the things just real quick, one of the things I've been struggling, I can talk forever, but one of the things I've been struggling here with the last few days is, and I made a video about it, is I kind of, sometimes I feel like I'm a little fish in a big pond, you know? And it's great to be a part of this so I can overcome that.
That we're all just a bunch of little fish in a big pond. So we're, together we're a school, though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
We're
definitely.
fish.
Without us, the pond would be empty.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So the pond should thank us as well.
All right. Well, I'm going to cut this stream. Everybody,
Take care, guys. We'll be in
thanks
touch.
everybody for coming in. West Texas again. Thank you. Say hi to Miss West Texas. Thanks, Fish, for coming in too. Let's give one last shout out. Transient, thank you. Silver and Cigars, have a good night, buddy. Mark Samuelson, I'm not good at shouting this out. LBS is so much better.
You're doing good, brother. Keep going.
It out. Bellows Forge, thank you. Stack That Gold, thank you. Mark Samuelson, who did I miss? I guess that's about it. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Good night. I'm going to cut it now.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.